hours ago, dude. And it works fine.
Good evening, race fans. And there it is. The surprise is already ruined. And welcome to True Sim Productions here on a Sunday night. We do have a special guest, but first, let me introduce my normal co-host, Tanner Marr. Tanner, how are you tonight?
I'm doing good tonight. I hate that we kind of spoiled the surprise right then, but we were just kind of chit-chatting off air, and that became on air. But yeah, so the one and only's here with us tonight, Chris.
Yeah, Sam Baumgarten joining us live here on True Sim Productions, getting ready to watch a race here with us at Iowa Speedway. Sam, what brought you out?
Well, tell you what, Chris, been off for the past 2 weeks here. We've had our semi in the shop, so I figured why not come up and join the booth once again.
Excellent, man. Good to have you out there, and we have got one heck of a show to bring you here tonight. 260 laps here at this 9/10 of a mile racetrack known as Iowa Speedway, one of my favorites, and it is a little bit warm out there. 100 degrees Fahrenheit right now as it sits is the air temperature, man, and these cars, been watching them during practice. We all have. They're skating around a little bit out there. And nobody's going to talk because we have three people, and they're like, who are you throwing it to? And I have to remember that we have three people. So we're going to just fire off something else here. We're going to go up and thank our sponsors. First and foremost, we have got to thank Ohio and Indiana Roofing. They're our title sponsor here for the Blazing Pedals NextGen series. Halfway leader is Blackhawk Motorsports. Special event sponsor, Butt Kicker. Priority Auto, serving up the team speak, which the drivers use to talk. Pole Award is Michael Falk Racing Designs, MF Racing Designs. Make sure you check them out if you're looking for a paint. And, of course, every week, practice sessions go live at, I believe it's 3 o'clock, courtesy of Five Kings Motorsports. Those are our sponsors. Those are the guys that help make this show exactly what it is. And let's see what else we got. We got stages tonight. Of course, we have stages. You see them on screen right now. It is going to be the end of lap 50 for stage number 1, the end of lap 100 for stage number 2, and then we battle to lap 260.
That final stage right there, Chris, 160 laps, a fuel run tonight. That's the only stage that's going to come into a factor because a fuel run is about 100 to 105 laps tonight. So first two stages, they can make it pretty good well. It's all about tires. That final stage is going to be about fuel and tires.
How many sets do they get this year?
We're doing the set you come with plus 3.
4 total sets. All right. So, yeah, definitely going to be interesting tonight here at Iowa for sure on tires. As Chris said it, they're getting real loose coming off of the corner. We've seen a few guys go down into the infield, so going to have to protect that right rear.
Yeah, the right rear is going to get absolutely destroyed tonight is my feeling. We'll see. I could be completely wrong, but I'll tell you what, based on what, I don't think I am. How's that? Tanner, we got your power rankings up. Hopefully I got the right one this time. This is after week 16 at Indy, the race that I missed. Hey, I admit it. I wasn't here, but let's go through it. It looks like you have Chris Carroll up on top still.
Yes, it's hard to knock Chris off, right? So that's kind of been anticlimactic all season, is that top spot. Top 4 spots actually stayed the same from last week. And then Dalton Kilroy jumped up a spot, jumped up to 5th. Edstrom, he's at jeopardy to really falling down the list. I said it on Race Chat, I'll say it here. He's had bad luck, and he's also not been here. So he's at jeopardy to fall off the list. He needs a good race here tonight. And then 7th, TBB, started out the season on a streak. Still been running decent, but started out the season on a streak is what keeps him up here at number 7. 8th, Chris Berg. Brian Dees, the So Stealer, is 9th. And 10th, rounded out with the 81 of Dustin Payne.
There you go. That is the power rankings as Tanner sees them. Remember, that is his opinion. I don't know what yours are, but...
And it doesn't matter, right?
It doesn't matter.
No,
just like Tanner's. That's right. Let's take a look at the points because this is the true battle. We are looking at Chris Carroll up top along with Dalton Kilroy, Dustin Ping, Tom Roscoe, and Brian Dees. That is your top 5, and those guys are pretty safe. Austin Edstrom sitting in 6th. Jamie Walker has really been turning it on lately. He is up to 7th spot. Taylor Butcher Benjamin up to 8th. John Perkins has fallen a couple over the last few weeks here, and he sits in 9th spot. Corey Sherman solidly inside the top 10. Then you've got Chris Berg, Philip Van Vliet, Cody Heinzman, who in short time has put himself in the playoff contention. We got Larry Bell sitting in 14th. 15th is Jason Bauer. Mark Arthur, out of nowhere, really. I mean, you wouldn't expect this with the season that he's had, but there he is sitting at 16th. And just outside looking in, it is Amanda Sherman.
1 point separates them two. That's a stage point difference right there between making the playoffs, not making the playoffs. As it looks like qualifying is starting out now.
Brian Zimmerman heading out on track, getting ready for his first time around this 9/10 of a mile track, not under practice. Let's keep an eye on the rear of these cars because they have been, I don't know if the car's tight and it's kicking loose or if it's just loose, but my Lord, it is just kicking that rear end out. Dalton Killero, Amanda Sherman, Cody Heinzman, and Ty Morosco all also out on track.
So who are you guys picking for tonight?
Oh, man. I knew you were going to do that.
DK, Dalton Kilrow. He's due. 41. I got to take him tonight.
Good pick. Chris?
Can I have a come back to me? I'm not settled yet. I have a pick, and you guys already know what it is, but I'm not settled on it yet.
All right, we'll come back to you. So we'll see if the broadcaster's curse still continues to this day. Let's see here. Who am I going to go with? I think I know who Chris is going to pick. But you know what? I tell you what, I'm going to go with the one in Ty Morosco.
Ty Morosco won the first race this season, has had some pretty bad luck as of late. I think he may be starting to turn it around again. Interesting choice. And I've got one too. I'm going to stick with it, and she's going to hate me for it. Amanda Sherman is my choice for tonight's win, and I'm going to tell you why. I think she's going to outlive some of these guys, and that's basically it. I think some of these guys up front are going to push their cars a little too hard, and bad things are going to happen. She's going to drive on by, waving out this passenger side window.
I think that's a great point. I think if you finish tonight with a clean car, you can easily take a top 10 away. Easily, if you keep the car clean. Because I'm expecting a little bit of carnage early as well.
Looks like the 48 of Dylan Banks just got quick time. First driver to get into the 23s, a 23.96. So Dylan Banks holds on to provisional pole right now.
Yeah, so just edging out Cody Heinzman.
Two newcomers taking this series by fire right there. Two of them. Top of the board already.
Guys, I don't know if you saw the end of the happy hour, the times there, but the cream was rising to the top there towards the end of it. As you had Chris Carroll, Cody Heinzman, Dylan Banks, Mark Arthur, you had Jamie Walker. All of those drivers were up top, and oh my, look at the 87. Luckily, his time was already counted, but man, it just shows how uncertain these cars are on this track tonight. Here we are with Hunter Lagunas, the driver of the number 27. He is on lap number 2.
Ooh, got the wall right there. Hunter's been a driver that's shown great speed all season long. Just needs to rein it in a little bit. Found himself in a lot of wrecks, right? Some to his doing, some to his not doing. So he needs a strong run here tonight at Iowa.
Yeah, there's a lot of drivers that way. Let's kick on over to Jamie Walker. This man has been absolutely on a tear. The last 3 races live here on True Sim Productions, Jamie Walker has been on the podium, winning, 2 out of the last 3. I believe he won last week, if memory serves.
He's finished, I believe, 3 weeks inside the podium, and then 4 weeks ago is the race he won.
Oh, okay.
I think that's how the record.
Yeah, correct me. Yeah. Good. Yeah, he's just, what I know is he has been on fire, and he still is. Look at that. Good enough for second spot. Jamie Walker. Telephone.
That sounds like an old school one as well.
That's the same one I have.
Jamie Walker has definitely figured it out when it comes to this next gen.
Speaking of figuring it out, RT76. You know what he's got figured out, Tanner? He's got figured out that he wants to break the top 16. He wants it in a bad, bad way.
He does indeed. Absolutely does. He's charging. He wants to mess up the top 16. His words.
Tonight is tonight a bracket night?
It is not. We're off this week.
Oh, we're off this week. Okay, next
come back next week.
All right. RT76, a 24.17, good enough for a 9th position. Taylor Butcher Benjamin out on track, the 10 car. Yet to win this season, but boy, has he looked good for the Lions load of this season. Taylor Butcher Benjamin out on track. The MFRD Chevy Camaro.
According to the power rankings, it looks like MFRD is actually pretty strong this season. 3 out of, I believe, their 5 drivers in the power rankings.
Yeah, they've had unbelievable season here so far, and I think the other 2 could be there. Have, you know, just a couple little things gone their way. The 10 car so far, 10th quickest. A 24.28, the count for Taylor Butcher Benjamin. 3/10 off the mark.
Running that high line in 3 and 4.
That's the line I've been told is extremely dangerous. It can be fast, but it's dangerous. And it is not any quicker that time by. 24.24 for TBB.
This track's very deceiving. It looks like it's relatively smooth. It's not in these corners. There's big bumps and big dips in these corners, and it just makes the car react and do stuff like that right there, except at speed.
Yeah. Well, how about the Chevy Camaro number 81, driven by Dustin Ping? Ping out there getting ready to go under the green flag for qualifying.
He almost looped it going in turn 1 right there, trying to get everything out of that number 81 Chevy Camaro.
So he's going to have to back it down, get the speed back up. Lap 1, it's a throwaway at this point. He knows it. And he's going to have to hold on for lap number 2. Mark Arthur also on track.
The problem is, though, Chris, with that little slide right there, he heated up them tires, so he's not going to get the time he wants to, even here on lap number 2.
No, you're right.
The tires are very angry, very angry.
Yeah, you do a slide like that, the right rear, no thanks you in a hurry. Mark Arthur's first lap of 24.50. Dustin Ping 25.86. Second lap for Ping 24.28. Good enough for 11th. Not a bad way to do it. Mark Arthur, a lot better. 24.06. Hello, 4th place for the 12 car. Oh, this is the one, boys.
Remember, guys, it's not where you start, it's where you finish. And Mark Arthur has been really struggling this season from what I've seen in the background. So I have to see what he can do. But it is a short track. It's in his wheelhouse tonight. So we'll have to keep an eye on him.
Absolutely in his wheelhouse. And tonight he's starting better than he has probably for most of the season. Starting, as it stands right now, sitting P4. That's a good spot for Mark.
Yeah, this is the car I've been waiting to see on track. I don't know why. The Priority Auto 802 battery machine, driven by Corey Sherman at TNA Motorsports. It's actually a Chevy. I appreciate the fact that he threw it on a Chevy and not the Toyota.
He mentioned it on the race chatter today.
First lap, not very fast, 25.44. He's just not used to the speed that a Chevy produces over the Toyota. Pretty sure that's what it is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Lap 2, no better. Right now, 20th starting spot for Corey Sherman. And Chris Carroll out on track, getting ready to finish up his lap number 2. Lap 1 good enough for 8th starting position, 24.15.
Quick time.
Lap 2, oh my, 23.95. Just good enough to beat out Dylan Banks.
The veterans of the series, Carroll and Walker, busted up the new driver party up the top two. Going to be first and third.
Did they bust them up or did they put them together, Tanner? That's the question.
Hey, that's a good question because they're going to be starting outside. That is a good question.
3 drivers yet to qualify. Qualifying session 10 seconds before it's done. Mike Massengill, Gordon Larson Jr., and Hunter Lagunas all noping the qualifying session. That's going to put qualifying in the done column here for tonight. Time for the grid. Starting on the pole tonight, the driver of the 99 Pit Lizard Performance Machine, it's Chris Carroll. To his outside at a DGR, it's the 48 of Dylan Banks. Jamie Walker in the 88, picking up spot number 3. Cody Heinzman in the 51. At a 2 in a TNA Motorsports, going to start to his outside in 4th spot. Mark Arthur in the 12. Barbie Machine going to be starting in 5th spot. To his outside, it's the 33 out of Speed Mafia, John Perkins. Starting inside of row number 4 out of MFRD, it's going to be the 41 of Dalton Kilroe. To his outside, the 24 out of 5 Kings Motorsports, it's Samuel Lawson. Starting inside row number 5, driving the number 28, the USA Firearms Machine, driven by Brian Zimmerman. And to his outside, the Pit Limits Performance number 4 of Larry Bell. Starting inside row number 6, we've got Rick Thompson out of Speed Mafia driving his 76. And to his outside, it's Taylor Butcher Benjamin. Starting in 13th tonight, the Ping Precision Racing number 81, driven by Dustin Ping. To his outside, the 1 out of the MFRD camp of Ty Morosco. His teammate, MFRD Racing's number 17, Brian D, is going to be starting 15th. To his outside, out of TNA Motorsports, the 8 or 9, the Lone Dutchman of Philip Van Vliet. Starting in the 17th spot, we've got the 9 of Jason Bauer. Starting in the 18th spot, TNA Motorsports' own Amanda Sherman. Austin Edstrom in the 87, picking up the 19th spot and 20th. Out of TNA, the 3 of Corey Sherman, Hunter Lagunas, Gordon Larson, and Mike Massengill pick up the tail of the field.
.260 laps night. It is going to be a long one. Battle of attrition here at Iowa. Short track racing. Let's see what these guys can do.
Also, remember, we're stage racing tonight. Lap 50 is going to be the end of stage 1, so that's a pretty short stage in regards to the race tonight. So,
48's having problems. That's the second time Dylan Banks having problems, and that time it hurt the 88 before we even go green, guys.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what happened.
We just heard race control come over. They delayed the start, so they're going to go around one more time.
Thank
Not
goodness.
sure what happened there. You guys said he's had problems like this before.
No, just earlier tonight, just on the first pace lap here, we saw him pull out of line and hold up towards the wall. Then he came back and grabbed his position back, which he was allowed to do. But now, big story. Banks may not be starting.
Well, the other story is he did make contact there with the 88 of Jamie Walker. Take a look at that right front. Looks like it's got a little crinkle to it.
It does, Sam. That's going to affect the 88 a little bit here. That will.
Man, oh man.
Here
And now
in
Looks like he's going to get his spot back, Sam. Is that what I'm hearing?
He is, but he just came over the radio and said that he is having wheel issues. So I don't know.
Boy, I don't like this call, guys. I'm going to put it out there right off. The 48
back.
should be going to the EOL side of things.
I agree with that.
Once, shame on me. Twice, shame on you. And back to the line you go. But nonetheless, here we go. Getting ready to start. Right here from Iowa Speedway. Green flag is out.
If I'm all the competitors, I'm worried right here. I'm worried. I just watched him turn left.
The 51 of Heinzman gets way tight. Heads up towards the wall, gathers it back up, but loses 3 spots. Cody Heinzman.
I'm not sure if he got tight there or if looked like Dylan Banks might have went into the corner a little easy, maybe worrying about those wheel issues. And I think Heinzman was trying to make a big push in there and just didn't want to hit him and went up the track.
That's exactly what I thought.
Maybe even hit one of them bumps there, Tanner.
Absolutely. It looked like the 48 went in there really soft, and the 51 just was not prepared for it and did get tight behind him eventually. As you see, 51 though still on the outside, trying to fight back. Did lose a little bit of spots, let Mark by him, but no harm, no foul. He's trying to charge back forward. Jamie Walker to his inside.
Cody
Heinzman. Keep an eye on him.
Jamie Walker side by side. Mark Arthur looking on the outside as well. Word is the outside will work for about 12 laps. 12 to 15 was the word that I heard. Fastest lap of the race just run by Chris Carroll, a 24.14. Guys, that's qualifying speed.
Mark Arthur with a power move, though, jumps to the outside of Banks going into 3 and 4. Looks like he's going to try to complete the pass here in 1 and 2. This is a side of Mark we haven't seen for a full season here.
He was the fastest car last time by with the 24.09, fastest lap of the race thus far, guys.
Hey, Mark's fishing right here. He's reeling in that 99.
How long, guys, can we run these qualifying speeds under race conditions? We're going to find out. The 48 gets a little sideways again. Dylan Banks holds on to it.
You know, it wouldn't be me if I didn't say this. The 12 and the 99, they're definitely not friends. A little bit of rivalry brewing there, right? Mark even said so today on Race Chatter, said it was beef. And just so happens they're 1-2 right now.
Well, Chris Carroll answered back last time by with the 24.08, so they're both setting the fastest laps of the race so far here tonight. I mean, only a couple laps in, it's still a long way to go, but as you said, Tanner, yeah, there's a little bit of history there. Chris ain't gonna let Mark by easy at all.
I don't know that Mark's going to have the opportunity right now. Chris is checking out, but Mark is trying to reel him back in from that second spot. Dylan Banks seems to have control of that 48 once again. He is back in the 3rd spot and looking better. Heinzman rolling through and got himself back up to 4th by getting around Jamie Walker. Here comes Dalton Kilroe, though, up 1 spot. Dalton Kilroe runs the 6th spot. He's going to the inside, and we've got Sam Lawson. Sam Lawson having troubles. He's sideways on the track and off the track. No. Caution does come out because of the 28.
Big lick for Brian Zimmerman, 28 to the outside of the wall.
The caution was going to stay away, but Zimmy was sideways on the track, and that's good enough to bring out the yellow.
Ooh.
Race officials did not waste any time at all. Lawson has serious damage to the right front of that vehicle.
I'm kind of curious of what happened to Brian Zimmerman there, guys. I'm going back and looking. He does have some right side damage before he actually got loose and overcorrected there, which what brought out the caution. So I'm trying to find where he might have had some contact, maybe with the outside wall.
Well, let's go back and take a peek at what actually brought the caution out, and that's the 28 of Zimmy. Oh my goodness. So the rear end started to come out from underneath, and he just overcorrected. Guys, we've been told you cannot correct this car. We've been told that all season long. You just hit the brakes and hope for the best. He tried to correct it, and it was violent into the wall.
I'm wondering if that damage hurt him. So what happened, it was on lap 5. He got up out of the groove and hit those bumps up in turn 1, got up into the outside wall. So maybe broke a tie rod or something. Came around the next time, got loose, and like you said, just overcorrected it.
Caution number 1, I have been told through text. I have somebody that told me how many cautions he believes there's going to be tonight. And I don't think he's going to let me forget about it because he wasted no time. Caution 1 here at Iowa. Sam, it's really good to have you in the booth tonight, bud. I'm not going to lie. I've really kind of missed having you on TSP. Hopefully it's something that you might be able to do more often. Maybe not necessarily on a Sunday night, but sometime.
Yeah, unfortunately, Sunday nights are rather difficult with my work schedule right now. But don't count it out in the future. I do plan on coming back and broadcasting, you know, just like I did before. But right now, the work schedule's just not allowing it. Obviously, when you're out of state, it's kind of hard to be home broadcasting.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
But glad to be here. Glad to be in a booth with you guys. I think it's a good track to come back to, honestly. I'm thinking we might have a couple cautions here this evening, but I think it's going to be some good racing. And now we're going to have that Chris Carroll and Mark Arthur rivalry start on a restart here. So let's see what happens.
They both literally said they're not going to give each other an inch, no more. They're going to try to lean on each other, go out of their way to basically harass the other driver out there. But yes, Sam, I am super pumped to have you in here tonight too, and we'll be excited when you can come back and be featured on TSP more again. Because man, you were killing it there for a long time.
Well, hey, you guys have been doing a great job keeping it going, especially staying with BPL and keeping their broadcast going. I know Crooked Line still got stuff going on as well. But yeah, I'm just glad that we're still able to keep putting content out on the channel. And who knows, maybe we can get some other people, to come on TSP and do a few races throughout the week and just keep TSP alive, man. That's all I'm really concerned about.
Well, we're alive and we're growing and we're stronger than ever, I think. But right now on track, we are lined up side by side, and I'm a little concerned about what you were saying, Tanner.
That's a two-headed monster. That's a two-headed monster right there.
Yeah, I don't mind if you guys are going to lean on each other, but let's be smart about where we do it and what it'll affect as far as other drivers are concerned.
Bingo. There's a lot of cars behind them right here.
So, I've raced with Mark for a long time. I know Tanner has as well. I don't think Mark's going to necessarily put himself in a position right now to either hurt himself or hurt somebody else's race.
It looks like Carroll ain't going to allow him to.
Yeah, he got a bad start.
On that restart. Yeah, Mark had a terrible start. It's going to make him fall back to third. Dylan Banks takes over P2.
Dylan Banks, P2.
Sorry, Chris. If I had to guess, I think Mark started in second gear there. And being in Iowa, I'm more than likely guaranteeing they're starting in first gear here tonight.
And I can almost bet Carroll gave Dylan Banks a countdown on that start. I've raced in that Discord, right? I know how it operates. Not saying it's a bad thing either, right? Just helping your buddy on the restart.
Well, he's not going to be able to get away with it again, at least for the foreseeable future, as we're under the green flag, rolling once again, lap 13. Make it 14 as they cross the line. Chris Carroll up top. Then it's Dylan Banks and Mark Arthur. Arthur working the outside. Mark Arthur trying to find a way around the 48. And guys, this is around that time frame where I was told the outside line on these tires is going to go away.
Gosh, it's on the Speedway. But I think you hit the nail on the head there, Chris. Mark made those passes on the outside lane to get there earlier, as we are now under yellow.
Under yellow, the one car slow on track. Let's go back and see what happened.
Say it ain't so.
The broadcaster's curse live on.
That's my race chatter pick, bro.
Oh, no. Oh.
Oh, that's MFRD on MFRD Crown.
Yeah, it was. And, the only good thing there, not a lot of damage. You can see some damage.
No.
Not much. The one car certainly has seen worse.
Yeah, take that
and ended up okay.
Looks like Ty got really loose there, came down across D's nowhere to go. But I tell you what, good job by everybody else getting around Ty, and good job on Ty locking it down.
That could have been a lot worse. That could have been a night ender for him.
Could have been a night ender for a lot of people. These cars, while durable, man, you can break a wheel like really easily. So
they're tanks till they're not.
Pretty much.
All right, so this time we're going to line it up a little bit different. We've got Chris Carroll on the inside, Dylan Banks to the outside of row 1. Row 2, Going to be Mark Arthur to the inside, Cody Heinzman to the outside. Brian Zimmerman gets his lap back.
A lot of damage on that 28, though. I'm wondering how much he actually got fixed there.
I'm going to go ahead and say probably not a ton yet, but he'll work on it. His team will work on it all night.
It'll be a process for him.
It'll be all right, as long as he doesn't get mixed up in another one.
Hey, you know, shout out to him, though, for, you know, just not leaving. It's early in the race. He's going to get that car fixed and try and get as many points as he can. So big shout out to Zimmy for toughing it out.
Absolutely. And I'm not going to say a word, but there's the biggest driver on your screen. I'm not going to say who it is or anything other than I'll just point out that he's on your screen right now. That's it. That's all I'm going to say.
Up 10 spots already?
Up 10 spots. Yes, sir. I'm going to do my best to alleviate any issues from the commentator curse on that particular driver.
I want to point out that Jamie Walker, he looks like he got that damage fixed. He did come down pit road. He's lost 15 spots, but I didn't see what he did on pit road, if he maybe accidentally took tires or not, but he had a 52-second stop, so I don't know how much damage that 88 received on the pace laps there at the beginning of the race. Looks good now, though.
Yeah, it looks like a brand new 88. Do crew doing its job. Base car lights. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, you guys said it in practice. You've seen a lot of guys getting really loose. I mean, we're seeing perfect examples of that. We've seen Zimmy get loose. A couple other guys up front here, they're really struggling to keep that car straight coming off the corner. Ty Morosco just looped it. Sam Lawson has looped it. I don't know if it's the heat mixing with the tires or if it's the car, the setup. I don't know, but they got their hands full out there tonight, man. I'm kind of glad I'm not racing this race.
Right. Chris, let me ask you, you're the crew chief, right? You have to be seeing what I'm seeing. This sun's going down, right? This track's going to start cooling off. These temperatures are going to come down.
Yeah.
It's going to naturally tighten this track up some, right?
A little bit, yeah. And I think what's happening, guys, is I don't think this car wants to turn on this track as it is. So tightening up this track, I don't think it's going to help these guys whatsoever. I think actually it make it worse.
Especially with the dirty air, right? I mean, it's hard enough when you're racing behind somebody, you don't have clean air on the nose of that race car, which is probably why we see Mark running that high line so much to keep the air on the nose of the race car. But yeah, once that sun goes down, it tightens up, and then you're fighting dirty air. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. Maybe guys putting too much wheel into it and getting loose that way versus it. Yeah.
Well, we're going to find out here pretty quick as the sun is going down rather quickly. So too have the pace car lights gone down. We are getting ready to go back under the green flag. Chris Carroll leads the way. Dylan Banks to his outside. Inside, it's Mark Arthur and Cody Heinzman to his outside. Then we've got Dalton Kilrow and RT76. Up 6 spots is the 76 car. Green flag waves once again. Chris Carroll goes to the top side to gather up the 48, then dives down to the inside. Heinzman stays outside in the 51. Heinzman looking to try and get by Mark Arthur. He does.
Four heavy hitters in Blazing Pedals up front right now. I know you guys have said Cody Heinzman, he's won a few races. Dylan Banks, since he's joined the league, has been running up front. Chris Carroll, we know, is fast. Mark Arthur can be fast. He just doesn't like this car. But looks like he had a better restart last restart, but lost that position to Cody Heinzman. So maybe wore his tires off a little bit too much, Chris. Like you said, after lap 12, that high side just not working like it should.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't wait to talk to some of the drivers after this one to see what they were feeling. But right now, I will tell you the 12 is not handling the way he wanted it to. RT76 drops down low, looking for the pass. Rick Thompson looking to try and make a pass to get the 4th spot against Mark Arthur.
we're seeing a 12 struggle with what he's kind of struggled with all season, and he's told me this on the phone. He feels like he'd be fast the first 10 to 15 laps. He just cannot be fast once the tires start to wear, and that's what we're seeing right here. He's going backwards right now. He's fighting to not go backwards.
Tires can't be falling off too much, guys, because Cody Heinzman just set the fastest lap of the race with a 24.07.
Yeah, and he was right on, and I do mean on the back bumper of the 48. Dylan Banks was getting a push, courtesy of the 51 of Cody Heinzman. Heinzman now goes to the outside, the extreme high side. That car didn't want to turn.
A little bit of a battle going on back here for 4th and 5th. Mark to the inside of Dalton. And you got RT76 right there behind him, and Dustin Ping trying to find a way around these guys as well. Good
Yeah,
little
actually
battle.
a little bit of contact between the 41 and the 12 going into 1 and 2 last lap around. They're racing elbows out.
A 4-car battle for what would be 4th place. Right now, Dalton Kilroe has it. Mark Arthur still looking to the inside to get it back. Not going to do it that time. Look out, here comes RT76 on the outside.
Caution on the speedway once more.
Looks like it's Jason Bauer, number 9.
The 9 car beat up the Ford Mustang of Jason Bauer. Let's go back.
Ooh. Oh, until you pull it up, Chris, you can go ahead and explain it, but looks like the same thing that happened to Zimmy.
It's exactly the same thing. He tried to correct it, guys, and I don't know how much more it needs to be said, but you cannot correct this car. It just goes wild on you.
The best course of action there, let go of the wheel and just hold the brake. That's the best thing that can happen there. Just let go of the wheel and hold the brake.
Well, the thing is that, I mean, we've all raced on the sim. A lot of us really don't race this next-gen car, and you're more used to being able to,
Bingo.
You're used to counter steering that wheel and being able to save the car. You come out of the throttle, put a little bit of wheel to the right, and you can catch it no problem. These cars, it's just with that steering system, man. It just grabs out of nowhere. It's wild.
Well, Jason Bauer's Ford Mustang was doing what Ford Mustangs do, was looking for the closest pedestrians. It did not find it. The wall was in the way. Up top, Chris Carroll, Dylan Banks, Cody Heinzman, Dalton Kilroe, and Mark Arthur round out the top 5. After that, it's Rick Thompson, Dustin Ping, Taylor Butcher Benjamin, John Perkins, and Brian Dees. Guys, you have a pretty solid top 10 here.
I'm still stuck on the Ford joke. That was funny.
I just love how nonchalantly you just ripped on
You just kept
Ford.
going, bro. You just completely ripped Ford right there.
I gotta be honest, that same person who's reminding me every time there's a caution, just wrote to me, typical Ford.
I mean,
And that's what fired that into my mind.
Ford, they circle the problem on the front of it.
They sure do. And put an outline over it, paint it blue.
Man, I kind of feel attacked here being a Ford guy.
Don't worry, Sam, I'm a Ford guy too. I'd much rather own a Ford Mustang than a Chevy Corvette.
I'm from the home of Corvettes, and I agree with that statement. Can't stand them.
If I wanted to sit on the ground, boys, I'd just sit on the ground.
Right, and it's all a bunch of 67-year-old dudes.
Hey, not too long, I'm going to resemble that remark.
Me too. I'm closer to that mark than I feel like I am, though.
So, question, are you guys surprised that we haven't seen anybody maybe come down and just top off on fuel yet? I know we're only 28 laps in. You said they can do about 100 and some laps on fuel, but we've had a couple of cautions, maybe a little bit of strategy you could play. Come down, fill up that tank. You can go longer if this thing possibly goes green. Are you surprised we haven't seen nobody come down yet?
I'm going to go with no.
Yeah, right. Me too. I don't think they're going to come down until they absolutely have to. They may not come down at the end of the stage.
I agree. I kind of figured they'd wait until the stage, but there's always those couple of people who want to try a different strategy. Definitely, looking at Dalton Kilroe, Captain Save Fuel.
Right.
So yeah, I'm honestly surprised we haven't seen at least one or two, besides the drivers who have gotten some damage, come down and maybe try a little bit of a different strategy, kind of offset these guys and make them think about what they're going to have to do later in the race.
I got to stop reading chat. That's all there is to it. All right. We're lined up in columns of 2, getting ready to go back under the green flag. Chris Carroll, Dylan Banks, Cody Heinzman, Dalton Kilroe, Mark Arthur, Rick Thompson, the 81 of Dustin Ping, the 10 of Taylor Butcher Benjamin, then John Perkins, the Soul Stealer, 17 Brian Dees, John Perkins, and the driver who shall not be named. Here we go.
Good launch again for Chris Carroll.
Yeah. I mean, he's got it figured out. He's got the timing just right. The 48, not able to do anything against him. The 51 slots back in the third spot, and so does Dalton Kilroe. The battle right now is for fifth between Rick Thompson and Mark Arthur. Mark Arthur on the bottom side, Rick Thompson to the top side, and right behind them, the 81 of Ping. Boy, oh boy, I'm just the eye test. The 41 is fast right now, boys. He got right to the back bumper of the 51. Oh, we're going 3 wide. Look out, Ping. Ping was trying to take that thing 3 wide. Almost got into Rick Thompson.
That was really
3 wide in
there.
the back. Jamie Walker, Austin Edstrom, Sam Lawson up top.
I can't watch.
Oh, 76 is around.
RT76 goes around. Caution on the track.
Guys, we saw that brewing. Brewing.
You could just feel it. You could just absolutely feel it. RT76 going to be slightly displeased.
These drivers are really hanging it out, huh? I think that's a product of this car, though.
Yeah, I think it is
so tough
too.
to pass that if there's an opportunity to be there, that you almost like you have to take it right there.
You know what? We go back and look at this replay. I mean, Rick, he
did it to himself.
It's that bump in the center of 1 and 2, man. I've seen about 3 to 5, maybe even 6 different drivers now hit that bump and almost lose it. And Brian Dees, he got another piece of it. Same thing that happened between him and his teammate Ty Morosco, it looks like.
You know, the Soul Stealer's going to get fed up pretty quick if this keeps happening. And I'm terrified of a Soul Stealer's fed up.
I'll put $10 on it. He already is.
Jamie Walker peeking down low, but just as a fake out. Zimmy's coming down. Guys,
I think you may start seeing people hit pit road now, but I think track position's king right now. I just really think it is.
It's the product of the car.
I don't know if this is right or not. I have not fact-checked this one at all, but all I've got to say is the gentleman who is texting me, 30 laps in, 10 of them are green, caution number 4.
I feel like we're being spied on right now.
I do too.
Like, this is more than just watching at this point.
Yeah.
Somebody's taking notes.
They're keeping stats. This is not good. And Bauer getting his lap back, or one of his laps back.
Looks like he's got that car completely fixed up. It's really surprising. He took a hard hit to the outside wall at the nose of that race car.
It's these Lego race cars. Take parts off, put a new one on there from the box. But yeah, that is crazy that they got a car fixed up. We're hearing some issues with Rick Thompson. We know he was the EOL driver.
He's worried about getting a black flag right now because Bauer had to come around and catch the rear of the field, but Thompson wanted to come down pit road, so race control is going to have to handle that.
Valid question, I guess.
Better to ask and know than guess and get a black flag.
He made the attempt. He slowed down way off the back of the field, so I don't think race control is going to have a problem clearing that one. Yeah, you guys, I tell you what, I was watching the rear of the field there right before Thompson self-spun. Jamie Walker took a 3 wide with Austin Edstrom and Party Boy Lawson there. And he actually made a little bit of contact with Austin. Austin was pinching him down, and Jamie kind of drifted up a little bit. So Walker trying to make his way back up to the field after taking that pit stop to get that damage fixed.
Yeah, again, that damage that happened before the race even started. That's the real shame of it right there.
It's about the extent of Jamie Walker's luck, especially with the PC's issues he had last season, right? So I'm personally not surprised something like that would happen to him.
Right. I'm not
hate
either.
it for him, but
Top 5, Chris Carroll, Dylan Banks, Cody Heinzman, Dalton Kilrow, and guys, Mark Arthur is still hanging out in the top 5. So he may hate this car, but being on a short track like it is probably paying dividends for Mark tonight.
And now we got a short little dash to the stage, right about, 13 or so laps when we go back green. Mark's in fifth, so that's 5 points right now. If he could go forward a few spots, get a few more points. Remember, he's only 1 point in the playoffs right now. He's 1 point over Amanda Sherman, who's 17th.
Right.
Anything can happen, though. These restarts have been wild.
They're chaotic.
We're going to re-rack them, restack them, and fire them off one more time.
I saw Brian Zimmerman, 28 USAFirearms.com. He was trying to hustle off pit road. We talked about him and that damage. He's not going to be able to get a whole lot fixed under caution here, right? The track's too small. I think Chris mentioned earlier, 0.9, I believe.
Yeah, 9/10 of a mile. Yes, sir.
9/10 of a mile. Right. So even under paced speed, they click the laps off pretty quick.
Just makes you wonder how hard did he really hit that wall, because Bauer kind of had the same thing happen, and his car looks brand new.
I think that's the problem, though, with this car. It's so unpredictable, right? It's a tank, and then in some aspects, and in other times, it's so super fragile. Same type of hit.
Pace car pulls down, getting ready to go through the Geico restart zone. Carroll wastes no time. He takes off. The 48 is trying to hang with him. Cody Heinzman trying to look for second. Heinzman dives down into turns 1 and 2. Heinzman has a fender in there and just a little bit more. The 41. Dalton Kilrow looking to try and figure out who's going to win this one.
Both those drivers not giving it an inch. Both of them had to check up a little bit, stay off each other. Sorry, Chris. As Kilrow taking the high side here.
Oh, banging the outside wall.
Oh, man.
Dustin Ping got into the outside wall there, guys, and he's going to lose, oh, good Lord, about 3 to 4 spots right there. Justin turns 1 and 2.
Ping, though, able to gather it back up. Right now, working the outside of the 17. Brian Dees. Ping looks like he's going to have that one cleared. The battle right now, Dalton Kilrow and Cody Heinzman for 3rd spot. Kilrow had it for just a second, and now he's looking for it again. He puts a fender out in front of Heinzman.
48 dips down low. That's going to allow Dalton to keep the momentum here on the high side. I was worried about that when he got to the back end of the Banks. He's going to look to try to make a move on Banks. Banks here clears him, but Dalton gets the spot over Cody Heinzman, and now looking to the inside of Cody Banks, Dylan Banks.
Guys,
I said
it a while ago that it looked like Dalton Kilrow was the fastest car out there, and he is trying to prove me right. Thank you, Dalton Kilrow.
Problems for Corey Sherman, guys. He just got loose out of turn number 2 and hit the inside wall. Big damage on the left front of that number 3.
I'm not going to say his name, but he's got it straightened out. We're still under green. He's going to have a caution flag here in about 8 laps to try and get it fixed up. He's still rolling. That's the big thing right now.
I think that left front's broke.
Yeah, that left front is definitely broken.
It wasn't rolling for a second. It wasn't moving. It's rolling right now, though. He just needs to survive, though, Chris. You're right. 8 laps here. You got the stage break. Just try to survive. Got your wife behind you now. Maybe Amanda will give him a break here. Maybe she'll ship him. You never know, right?
Yeah, she's just put him out of his misery and put him down.
Right. What you do to an old dog.
Well, we know that she will do anything to beat him, so we've seen it before in the past.
Oh, we sure have.
I think he's okay now, though. That may have been a visual glitch we were seeing, because that wheel was not spinning at one point.
Guys, Dalton Kilrow's kind of faded back. He's back to 4th spot. Cody Heinzman now has 2nd away from Dylan Banks. Heinzman starting to turn it on close to the end of this stage.
I only made a pass over Banks there, but he was pulling away down the backstretch.
I think he, like Chris said at the beginning of the broadcast, guys, that top lane, while it is useful, I think it's just going to kill those tires.
Corey Sherman facing the wrong way. Off the track, we're still under green. He's going to pull it back out, but he goes down a lap. Corey Sherman looks almost like he was going to bring it out and did not. He's going to keep it down under the apron. He's going to let this thing go green, and that is going to kill his night.
Same thing, guys. He hit that bump, and it, with that damage, just upset that car. Luckily, no more damage. He didn't hit the inside wall, but he's bringing it down pit road.
Ooh,
Dylan
just
Banks.
moved. It looked like Dalton moved Dylan Banks. Is that what happened?
No, I don't think so. I think he got loose and Dolan went underneath him.
Oh, okay.
And behind him, we were almost going 3 wide. Oh my God, these guys,
You got stage points. They go crazy for them.
they love them.
Can
Week in and week
confirm.
out.
Dylan did get loose on entry there. No
Yeah, Corey.
contact.
Good deal. I thought Dalton went in there, gave him a little love tap. But good to have that clarified. But look at these guys. This is the cluster right here for the final stage point. I believe Dustin Ping currently holds down 10th place spot.
Brian Dees has 10th right now. Ping just ahead of him in 9th, but look at the gaggle of cars there, guys. We've got 7 cars basically all on top of each other. Now the 27 and 87 are trying to get away. That's Hunter Lagunas and Austin Edstrom. Ping right behind him, and oh my Lord.
Jamie Walker trying to find his way up through this mess as well.
Mess. You said it correctly there. As I went back up front, Cody Hines was caught our race leader or run him down. Was catching him.
Yeah, just 0.3 of a second less now.
Look how he closed the gap on him, bro.
Boy, to see enter that corner strong.
But could Chris just be saving his stuff right now? Maybe
Absolutely.
making him run him down.
So remember, it's at the end of this lap here. Cody might be able to win this stage if he keeps it up. If Chris is conserving, he can't conserve much more.
Carroll's led every lap this. He has led every lap. This stage, will he be able to finish it off? It sure looks like. Oh, he rubs the wall. Caution flies. Chris Carroll wins the stage. Cody Heinzman second. Dalton Kilroe, Dylan Banks, Mark Arthur, your top 5. Then it's TBB, Taylor Butcher Benjamin, Hunter Lagunas up 14 spots, guys, into 7th. Austin Edstrom up 11 into 8th. Dustin Ping up 4 into 9th. And Brian Dees, the sole stealer, up 5 to round out the top 10.
That was really impressive out of Cody to drive him down. It was almost a second lead at one point. And now, I mean, Carroll was obviously saving his tires, but I think Cody showed good speed right there that I don't think he showed until that moment.
Well, Corey Sherman, unfortunately, on pit road. I can say his name now because it's already happened. We're under yellow. And this time, not for a caution. But pit road is about to get very, very busy.
I thought we would have more possibly stay out.
Look who didn't. TBB, first car to stay out. Austin Edstrom as well. MFRD coming up with something.
Ty Morosco stays out as well, guys.
And so does the 89 Philip Van Vliet, the lone Dutchman, the lone TNA driver out there that stayed out.
I tell you what, Heinzman was basically pushing Chris Carroll down pit road.
Absolutely. I was watching that. That's going to surrender the lead over to TBB.
Yeah, TBB is going to be the leader.
Like you mentioned, Edstrom's going to be starting outside. Now, Edstrom, he has 5 pole awards this season, right? But he started 19th tonight, so he definitely needs to reverse. I'm telling you, it's been bad luck after bad luck for the 87. So he's got the track position now. He's not going to have a tire advantage, but he does have the track position. We're going to see what he can do with it.
That was a close race off pit road. Carroll just barely edges out Heinzman. Looks like Dylan Banks actually got in front of Dalton Kilroe on that as well.
What was the tire situation like, Sam? Everybody take 4?
Looks like everybody took 4, and I think we got a penalty here from Mark Arthur. Slow off pit road.
Oh, boy.
He just said, you too, Jamie. Yep, got them both. Jamie Walker, 88. Mark Arthur, in the 12. Too fast on pit road.
This is a very tough pit road to get onto. To woe up and get onto, even under caution, it's tough. So I guess having 2 guys kind of proves that point out.
Absolutely. And this track has it's a curved pit road, right? So you can kind of cheat the timing lines a little bit in the radius of that curve, and you get caught. Mark actually taught me that. I believe it was Mark. and he's the one that got caught. That's funny. All right, so next stage is lap 100. So another little 50-lap sprint here.
Tonight marks the just over halfway done with this season. Guys, it feels like we just started. I mean, I remember first race at Daytona as clear as I remember tonight.
That is true. It does seem like the season went by fast.
I'm trying to figure out the strategy of these MFRD guys here up in the front. I mean, you guys said that they can do about 100 and some laps on fuel. I'm thinking they're just trying to maybe save a set of tires for the end of the race. It looks like, I don't know, man. I don't know. We're going to see what these fresh tires are going to do, but I think they're going to go straight backwards.
I wonder, like the person that was texting Chris said, we only did like 10 laps under green. I'm wondering how much those tires are different. They're definitely at a disadvantage versus the fresh tire guys. But I wonder what the pace is going to be here difference.
So the question really becomes, are they enough different? Well, you got 3 teammates, number one. You got 2 side by side. You got another blocker. We're going to call it what it is. We have a blocker sitting in 3rd spot as well. Okay. But you got to wonder how many laps it's going to be before the tires kind of equalize, because they will. There's going to be a certain time that the tires are just equal.
I think these guys, these 3 that stayed out, I think they're going to fire off pretty good here, and they're going to be good for the first 3 or 4 laps. Then you're going to see the new tires start to get heat, and I think you're going to start seeing the difference then. But then they will even out at some point.
First MFRD driver that did not come down pit road, that's the 17, Brian Dees. Oh, excuse me, that did come down pit road, excuse me.
And track temp has fallen quite a bit, guys. 86 degrees on the track temperature.
So not only do they have to battle tires, not only do they have to battle an ill-handling car, but the track isn't going to try and stay the same at all. Pace car lights are off, and it's coming down pit road. We get ready for stage number 2. Taylor Butcher Benjamin hits the go pedal.
Not a good launch for Austin Edge from there, guys. Chris Carroll right up on the back bumper of that 87. Heinzman's going to make it 3 wide coming off turn 2. Let's time Roscoe in the middle. Chris Carroll's going to try and take the outside.
This is practically the battle for the lead between them 2. They want to get in front of each other so bad.
Oh, look at 41!
Dylan Banks and Dalton Kilrow.
Oh, my God. Somehow they held on to it.
What in the world? What a save.
That was impressive.
And look up front. The 87 having an issue. He goes to the outside. Everybody goes around. And now the 51 only has to work over the 10 car. He's down low. TBB up top. At the line, they were dead even. Through turns 1 and 2, the 51 takes the advantage.
So those old tires could only hold on for 2 laps, 2.5 laps. As caution on the speedway, I heard Perkins say sorry, then the caution flew a little bit later.
Samuel Lawson and John Perkins.
Oh, no. Perkins.
And the 89.
Oh, yep, the Dutchman.
Oh, man.
We're going to go back.
Is it bad? Let's see.
It's another overcorrection.
33 gets into the 24 and then smashes him.
That's a big overcorrect.
And Philip Van Vliet actually does stay out of it, guys. He just came to a dead stop. Good job.
Tell you what, guys, that's going to be hard for race control to decipher, to be honest. Because Perkins gets into the back of him, but, I mean, he moves up and tries to let Sam catch it, and Sam overcorrects it. It's going to be hard. Hard call.
I'm glad I ain't got to make it, huh? I just get to talk about the call. Let's see. I don't know either. I don't know who you put that on. Who do you put it on? We've all done race control. Who do you put it on? I would put it on Sam for the overcorrected.
I'd have to put it on old Party Boy, honestly. It's unfortunate Perkins got in the back of him, but Perkins did what he had to do, right? He got out of it. He moved up the track. He tried to let Sam catch it, and Sam probably could have caught it, but he overcorrected up into the 33. So, I mean, Karma kind of already bit the 33 on that one.
Right.
Well, here's what I know. We got 3 drivers on pit road right now. Zimmerman, Lawson, and Perkins. The 33 car going to get one of his laps back.
Race control has spoken.
Yep.
And it has went on the 33 of John Perkins.
Wow.
Interesting call. Yeah.
I can see how he says it, right? Control the nose of your car. He did hit him, right?
That's what I said. It was going to be a tough call.
I can see it. Either way. Party boy, in the future when you watch this, though, it was all you. It was your fault.
Regardless, I mean, they're both on pit road at this point with damage, so it's not like that one necessarily mattered too much, but
yeah, that could have almost been a call that didn't need to be made. Save some friendships.
Right.
It almost was a racing deal. I mean, you think about it. You're on a shorter track. Different people have different braking zones or throttle off zones, and sure, I can see how that could happen. Well, it's going to be an interesting restart this time, as the 10 car of TBB is going to start on the outside. Chris Carroll going to be stuck behind Cody Heinzman, our race leader. And Heinzman, we know this kid. He is ultra fast, especially when he's up front.
Up 16 spots already, too, guys.
Hunter Lagunas. I think that's what you're talking about. Up 16?
Yep.
Okay. I was talking about Heinzman, but okay.
I'm looking at somebody. Nobody's perfect.
Hey, welcome back to the booth.
You're right. You're still getting in the booth.
In the booth.
Well, here, I'll just change the subject entirely then. Mark Arthur and Jamie Walker have only gained about 3 or 4 spots each since their speeding penalties.
That's not good. Tough to pass, and you just put yourself behind the 8 ball. Not good for either driver.
It's the second time now that Walker's had to come through the field, and we've seen him do it in the past, though, so it's not like he can't do it.
Hey,
yeah,
guys.
talking about being behind the 8 ball, Walker was forced behind the 8 ball and before the racing went green. Go ahead, Chris. Sorry.
My driver, she's up 1 spot in 17th.
He changed his driver on us.
No, I did not.
No, you didn't.
Oh no, you did take a minute. Yeah, that's right. I forgot you just wasn't mentioning the other drivers. I got you.
She has kept it clean. She's had an opportunity tonight to get into a couple of them, but she has kept it clean.
I do agree. Mark has done a good job keeping it clean out here tonight. Oh, you talking about a Matt? I got you.
I did say she, so I understand the confusion. God bless him.
Barbie Mobile. And hi, Miss Lori. Hi, Miss Connie. I forgot to tell y'all that earlier. Hope y'all are doing good today. It was really hot. Hopefully, y'all stayed in and enjoyed the good AC.
Yeah, hello to Lori, hello to Connie, hello to Gail and Richie. They're out there watching, I'm sure. Hello to Rick. Hello to everybody out there watching, and thank you for tuning in to True Sim Productions. What a great night we're having here tonight. 3 of us up in the booth. That's like not very common anymore.
That's like one more than 2, Chris.
It's 2. You're right. Hey, let me go mark that on my calendar. I'm going to start my math calendar.
Sorry, I had to.
Hey, pace car lights are off, and we are about to go back under the green flag. Cody Heinzman getting ready to roll. And he does. He hits the loud pedal. We are back under the green flag. Cody Heinzman with a great restart.
TBB had a terrible restart there. It's like he was asleep on the loud pedal. Well, Chris Carroll to get by, so now 1-2. Heinzman Carroll.
I don't know if that was the accelerator pedal or if it's just those old tires not liking this joint, but TBB sliding backwards hard. And we have got the 51, the 99, and the 81, your top 3. Heinzman, Carroll, Ping. Battle for 4th. Hunter Lagunas makes the pass on TBB. Hunter Lagunas now sits plus 17 in 4th spot.
Good night for the junker. Clean night for the junker.
Not to be confused with Cody Heinzman, up 3 spots, not 16.
Right.
TBB had a little wiggle. Gets it back under control. Right behind him, his teammate, the Soul Stealer, Brian Dees, quietly getting it done in the points this season.
Single file all the way back to Dalton Kilrow and Dylan Banks back here, guys. They were side by side there trying to put Tom Roscoe 3 wide.
I don't recommend that at this track. Oh, baby, we got one going loose. That's Rick Thompson. He gathers it back up.
It's a good save.
We've had a few good saves for a car that's, man, so hard to save.
Mark Arthur back there in 11th position. Nobody's going to believe that. Inside joke.
Oh, the one car comes up to 41.
Right into the 12.
Oh, no. And the 0 and the 4. And oh, my God. It's just, oh, my God. Junkyard front stretch. Junkyard front stretch.
How about Gordon Larson Jr. barely getting stopped on that one, guys? Or no, I'm sorry. Who was that? That was Philip Van Fleet. My bad. Barely got stopped.
If he did that again, that's the second caution in a row. All right.
Oh, my gosh. Van Fleet did. He came in wheels locked up. That was awesome. Here we go. Van Fleet went on the brakes.
The 1 off from the 41, into the 12, into the 0, into the 4, into the 20, into the 24, and Van Vliet hits the binders.
I mean, just barely, man. Good job, Phil Van Vliet. One Dutchman keeping it clean.
He locked up that left front for probably 50 yards. So he was on the brakes and it slowed down just perfect for him.
The 00 and the 88 had a little piece of that, but they dropped down low to stay out of the big stuff.
The Barbie Mobile has seen better days. I hate that for Mark because he was having a good night. It all started with that speeding penalty.
That's normally how it starts, though, right? One little bit of bad luck, and you don't know where it's going to go from there. You can either come back and have a really good finish or have this happen.
Well, you put himself back in the hornet's nest, right? And Ty, nothing that Ty did wrong. He was trying to save the car. Overcorrected in front of Mark, and boom goes dynamite.
Trying to save the car, trying not to hit Kilrow, and yeah, like you said, just Mark nowhere to go.
Another one here at Iowa.
Well, we do know that Mark hates his car. I guess the car hates him.
I just want to let y'all know, Chris Carroll just came over the radio and said 90 laps left, fellas. There's more than 90 laps left in this race.
Yeah.
Tom corrected him.
Yeah, his math is a little off.
He was trying to tell him to chill out. Still 90 laps to go. That's funny. I think that's what he said. I'm winding back now to make sure. That's hilarious. I hope so.
Long way to go, and we got 5 cars on pit road right now.
Well, right this second, we've got 3, but Ty Morosco looks like he's coming back out. Yeah.
I don't see anybody in the infield care center. Y'all still use that?
Every now and again.
When somebody joins it, if somebody joins it, we will. Somebody like Dalton will join it, but not a lot. People won't join it.
Man, that's disappointing here.
Dalton will just about any time he gets wrecked out of a race, he'll come up and talk to us. Ty does normally.
I think everybody should.
I do too.
I mean, we could yank somebody up here and make them talk to us.
Bring Mark up.
That'd be a fun one.
I don't know if I want to do that because I'm not sure what's coming out of his mouth right now, if you know what I mean.
He's not even safe when he's not in a bad mood, so. He's definitely not somebody that's safe, like on speakerphone.
Yeah, amen.
I refuse to talk to him on speakerphone. It's dangerous. It's a dangerous game.
It really is.
Guys, last time we restarted, I said she was 17th. I lied. She's now 15th. And how about Philip Van Vliet? 2 times in a row, he has flat spotted those tires, but he has kept that 89 nose on the car when it could have just as easily gone the other way.
You mentioned that Amanda's 15th. She's doing exactly what she needs to do. Exactly what she needs to do. Mark's having a bad night. He was only 1 point ahead of her, right? She's doing exactly what she needs to do. Keep the car on the track.
I almost wish that the Lone Dutchman streamed with a webcam so we could see his face at the moment of lockup there.
Mark has poked me. He is in the infield care center.
Oh, man. I hope that means he's going to be safe. We're going to find out, I guess.
Hey, when you bring him up, tell him that he's running 20th, and ain't nobody going to believe that.
Right now, you're running 20th. Driver of the number 12, Mark Arthur. You're joining us in the Infield Care Center. You want to take me through that one? Mark Arthur.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't pushing the button. It's comical at this point, bud.
Yeah, well, take me through it, because that one hurt a bunch of cars there. What did you see out of your windshield? Because you weren't there to. Yeah.
Tom Roscoe lost the rear and overcorrected right back up into the wall and killed me.
Yeah, well, not just you, my friend. There's plenty of people out there. Mark, the setup looks like it's tight, tight, and then snap loose. What's going on out there?
It's pretty loose if you try to get into the gas over those bumps or too early into the apex of the turn. It'll loop around on you. It was pretty loose under braking for me in practice, and I adjusted on those master cylinders and bias and got that fixed pretty well, but to no avail.
All right, bud, you're going to get it fixed up and get back out there. You need the points.
Yeah, I got 9 minutes of damage. So I'm looking at the practice laps, and somebody has 5 laps of practice. I guess that stuff's going to happen.
At least he had 5.
Yeah.
Hey, we don't call him no practice Morosco for nothing. So.
There you go.
Yeah.
Mark,
right.
hey, you're running 21st. I just got to point out, ain't nobody going to believe that.
Nah, not even me. It's been an unbelievable season, but not in a good way.
Yeah, I get that, bud. Hey, trust me, even I'm starting to feel bad for you.
Don't feel bad for me, man. Like I said, it's comedy at this point.
I get it. Hey, after the flag, gonna be showing up tonight. You gonna be on?
Oh yeah, I'll be on. I'll come in there with you guys. Hey, at least I was running top 5 for a while.
You were, yeah. It was looking really good for a little bit.
Really good for a while. Really, really good.
Then I had to screw up on pit road.
Of course.
Yeah. Well, you and Jamie, right? But hey,
Wouldn't be
we got
I mean, Baca
gotta-
right here, so somebody's got to do it.
Somebody's got to do it. Amen to that. We got to get back to the racing action as we are back under green. Mark, thanks for joining us up here. We'll look to see you back out on track soon.
Thanks.
Driver of the number
Everybody's taking it well.
12. Yeah, I mean, how else can you take it? The way
Right.
his season's been, I mean, it's just what it is. Meanwhile, out on track, Cody Hines been starting to flex his muscles a little bit. He has stretched out to a 0.6 of a second lead. Carroll starting to try and close it in a little bit. Third place belongs to Hunter Lagunas. Fourth, Dustin Ping. And look out because Brian D is running 5th, but Dylan Banks runs to the inside. Banks looking for one. He could not make the deposit there, guys.
A lot of it, guys, is you really got to save these tires. I mean, we've seen those 3 MFRD guys stay out, went immediately backwards. You can't overheat these tires. You're just going to have a bad time, especially with the aero tightness of these cars. It's just, honestly, I really don't like how these cars drive just because of that. You have to have clean air on the nose of that car. You ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, well, at this point, it's down to 2 drivers, just 2 drivers that have not come down pit road. And it's Austin Edstrom and Taylor Butcher Benjamin. So those drivers still on the original set of tires. And, you know, if it works out where they can come maybe 20 laps to go and there's a caution, boy, you're going to have to watch out for both of those guys.
I'll tell you what, Brian Dees, despite having the little bit of a damage he has on that right front, he's actually having a pretty good race right now, running in 6th up 9 spots. Looking to the inside of Dylan Banks right now, coming out of 4.
Yeah, I mean, Banks just got around him, so I think that's going to stick. But you're right, the 17 having a pretty good run, and right behind him, Dalton Kilroe. But guys, the guy I'm looking at right now is behind Kilroe. He just ran around Rick Thompson. It's the 88 of Jamie Walker. Back into the top 10, running 8th place right now is Walker. And we know he's got a fast machine. Caution out.
So another
Gonna
big
be
one. Larry Bell, Corey Sherman involved.
Man, Jason Bauer too. Let's go back.
Not sure what happened there.
I'm gonna figure out where this one started. Bauer goes sideways and then gathers it up, goes sideways again, and wraps himself into the 20. The 3 was just trying to stay out of it. Larry Bell too. And the 8 just keeps rolling by.
Yeah, it's just another case of overcorrection, man. And you heard Mark say it. If you're hitting those bumps in 1 and 2, you get on the gas just at the wrong time. That's what's going to happen. And Bauer definitely struggling here tonight at Iowa.
I'm going to blame it on those RVs out on the outside of that wall there. You see all those people?
Oh, yeah, I see them.
I got to open up my phone and see how many cautions we're at because I have lost track.
I don't know if you saw, Chris, we did. Tanner had to go take care of something. So it's just you and me now.
Oh, right on. 7. We're at 7, bud.
Well, Cody Heinzman still leading the way, up 3 spots, not 16. Chris Carroll's right behind him, but Hunter Lagunas up 18 spots, sitting there in 3rd.
Yeah, and Hunter's a little bit of a wild card. We're going to keep an eye on him.
Yeah, you got to keep an eye on that 27, man, always. Not just because he's fast, but I know the inside joke on that as well. Dylan Banks, 4th. Dalton Kilroy rounds out top 5. Tell you what, Brian D's having a good night. Let's go back and talk about 7th position, Chris. Jamie Walker, after a speeding penalty, clean race car that damaged at the beginning of the race. He's made his way back to the field twice now, sitting inside the top 10.
Yeah, and going to be starting this one, restarting it in 7th spot, which is going to be the inside. You would think that may give him a little bit of an advantage. He is going to be starting with Rick Thompson to his outside. So Jamie Walker is definitely recovering from that miscue on pit road.
Another good bounce back is Brian Zimmerman, Chris. Sitting in 10th. Looks like he's got all the damage fixed on that number 28 USAFirearms.com Ford Mustang. So good to see Zimmy sticking it out, and that just shows you what happens when you do stick it out back up inside the top 10.
Yeah, I mean, good on him. He's on the lead lap. He's got, if you're on the lead lap, you have a chance. Heck, tonight, I'd say if you're a couple laps down, you may have a chance because you're going to get him back.
Yeah, you're definitely not wrong there.
Jeez. Caution lights are going to drop this time by. We're going to fold them into lines of 2x2, and I'm wrong. They stay on. We're going to go one more time. Oh, Lordy. Hey, after this, we're going to do an after the flag.
And unfortunately, Chris, not to cut you off, but we did just lose Corey Sherman. Corey Sherman has loaded it onto the hauler, done for the night. So he's had the priority auto right out again. You guys do body work?
Unfortunately, no.
Yeah, wow.
There's going to be plenty of mechanical work to do on that thing, though.
Yeah. He needs a whole new chassis on that thing.
Yeah, front clip, rear clip, rub rails, yeah. Upper and lower control arm, the whole works. He might have used the brakes right out of the thing. I don't know. Corey Sherman right now being scored 21st, just ahead of Mark Arthur, about 7 laps. Mark Arthur back on track, though, in the 12 car. So it should be at least one spot that Mark is able to get back when we go. I got to stop reading the chat. When we go back to green flag, Mark should be able to catch him fairly quickly, as the difference is only about 6 laps. Right now, we've got, let's see, Gordon Larson, Jason Bauer, Ty Morosco, Mark Arthur, and John Perkins, who are all laps down, but still on the track. The only one to officially retire so far is Corey Sherman. And that's wrong because it looks like Perkins has as well.
Hey, scars off.
Green flag flies.
Harold did not get a good restart right there, but Hunter Laguna sure did. He's going to try and make a move for second place here going into 1 and 2.
Yeah, we're going to see how comfortable Carroll is on the outside of the 27. Here comes Banks. Banks right behind the 99. Banks now looking for third. 27 couldn't keep it there. Banks is going to try.
I tell you what, it looks like on these restarts, that outside lane is actually prevailing, at least for the first, I'd say 2 or 3 laps, because you see Banks, he made that pass look easy going around that number 27. 3 wide.
3 wide for third spot. Dylan Banks has it. The 27 to the outside. The 41 lets it go. 41 thinks better of it, slides back to 5th spot. It's still a side-by-side action for the 3rd spot between Banks and Lagunas.
You see Kilrow, he's trying to figure out which way to go. He's going to follow whichever car makes the pass. But yeah, smart move for out of Kilrow for backing off of that one, not putting it 3 wide.
Battle for the race lead for just a moment there. Carroll went side by side with the 51. The 51 went high, kept the momentum, and kept the position. Carroll is looking.
Carroll was a little under a tenth faster than Heinzman the last time around. Let's see what the times are this time. Heinzman edges him out by just a little bit. A 24.12 to a 24.18.
0.06 of a second. You
Kilrow
can't
makes
see
his
that.
way around Lagunas. I've noticed Dalton's really out of the top 5. He's the one that's really been utilizing right up against the wall there in 3 and 4. I haven't seen anybody else really migrate up there.
Yeah, certainly not as high as he goes. Like if you see Heinzman, he'll go up to like the second, maybe 2.5 groove, but the 41.
I'm not sure what just happened to him there, Chris. It looks like he may have hit them bumps, had to catch it, but he didn't look like he got loose or anything, but it allowed Hunter to go around on the outside.
Yeah, so Hunter Lagunas goes around Kilrow, and just behind them got the 88 of Jamie Walker is really starting to pour it on now. He's battling with the 17 of Brian Dees. Dees on the outside, able to hold the momentum. Dees going to take the position back.
Battle for the race lead right now. Heinzman up top, Carroll on the bottom.
At the stripe, it's Heinzman, but boy, is it close. 0.08 of a second at the line. Cody Heinzman trying to put Chris Carroll back to 2nd spot. Carroll lets it sail into the corner. Watch for a push.
He almost had him cleared there. If I tell you
There
what,
it
if
is. There's the little wiggle out of the 99. That's the push I was talking about.
I tell you what, if he gets side by side with him, though, if he does that one more time in 3 and 4, he can almost pull a slide job on that 51, take the air off the nose of that car, and take the lead.
And Heinzman had a head of steam. Chris Carroll had to stop on the inside, and that's going to allow Dylan Banks to join the party. It's a 3-car run. 1, 2, 3, nose to tail.
Yeah, those two raced and allowed Dylan Banks to make his way up here and throw his hat in the ring with it. And I'm still trying to figure out, Chris. I mean, we're 97 laps into this thing. I still don't know which line is preferred because they're moving around everywhere. Because you see Heinzman go kind of towards the middle in 3 and 4, doing the same thing in 1 and 2, but Carroll's wrapping the bottom.
Yeah, I'm going to have to give the edge a little bit to Heinzman because, well, Carroll wasn't able to get around him. So apparently that top side is allowing just enough momentum to really upset the 99 car.
See, Dylan Banks is going to the inside of Carroll here, coming off turn number 4. Just not able to put the power down to get beside him to make a move back in 1 and 2.
Tell you what, Brian Dees, he's up to 4th spot. He got around Dalton Kilrow, and he has stayed ahead of Jamie Walker. Walker is utilizing that top lane, but it's not working for him. The 81 able to get around the lookout. Didn't happen.
Big save. And here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. That may not look like a big save, but with what we've seen tonight with the overcorrections, any save is a big save here tonight.
Cody Heinzman into 3 and 4. Dylan Banks in 2nd spot. This one's for the stage. Stage number 2 is complete. Cody Heinzman wins it. Dylan Banks in 2nd. Chris Carroll, Brian Dees, Dalton Kilrow, your top 5. Then you've got Jamie Walker, Dustin Ping, Hunter Lagunas, RT76, Rick Thompson in 9th, and TBB rounding out the top 10. So Heinzman, after a little bit of a disappointing stage 1, comes back to win stage 2.
I do want to point out that Austin Edstrom and Taylor Butcher Benjamin, we saw them stay out at the end of stage 1. They made it to stage 2. They still have not come to pit road yet. So
yeah, and I bet you each one of them is just waiting for that open pit road sign.
I'd be curious to see what their tires look like right now.
Yeah, oh yeah, me too.
Here comes field down pit road. We've seen 2 drivers tonight get speeding penalties thus far.
RT76 keeps it out there. He's going to take over the race lead. Get credit for leading a lap. RT76. Cody Heinzman and the rest coming down if they're on the lead lap. Heinzman, a perfect stop in his pit stall.
It's like right side's going up for everybody. Probably going to be a 4-tire stop here for pretty much everybody.
51 gets it rolling. And it's a race off pit line.
I think Dylan got him.
Banks gets him at the line. Wow. Dylan Banks.
So the timing on them pit stops, Chris, Dylan Banks a 14.28. Cody Heinzman 14.97. So good job on Dylan Banks getting in there. That pit crew got him out and got him an extra spot.
Yeah, perhaps even more important than that was the total time on pit road. Dylan Banks a 48.63. Cody Heinzman a 49.22. There's your difference. And it's going to show up on track as Dylan Banks is the first of the drivers to not come down pit road.
Dustin Pink, fuel only.
Interesting call. Very, very interesting call.
So now everybody's pretty much on equal strategy, but we know that the 2 MFRD drivers, Taylor Butcher Benjamin and Austin Edstrom, they both have an extra set of tires than everybody else right now.
Yeah, and the exception to the everybody's on the same strategy is Dustin Ping.
And Brian Zimmerman.
And Zimmy, yeah.
And both fuel only. Zimmerman is also another driver who's pretty good at short track racing, so it's not surprising to see him up here near the front after he got that car fixed. But the no tire call, I don't know if they're trying to do what Taylor Butcher Benjamin and Austin Edstrom did. I think it's kind of a little late to make that strategy call right now, but they're going to have an extra set of tires for later on, unless I don't know. I don't know if I like that call because they can do 100 laps on fuel, a little over 100 laps on fuel. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how it plays out.
Yeah, and then add in the fact that I'm pretty certain we haven't seen the last of the yellow flag here tonight.
Well, we can only hope.
Nonetheless, we end at 260, which is a long way from now. Fuel is definitely going to become a thing. Tires, I think, will continue to be a thing. And that might be why some of these drivers are double stinting.
I mean, they're going to have to stop. You can make it on one more fuel stop. So I think not taking tires here. I guess I just don't understand it. They must know something that I don't right now. Unless they're thinking that if it does go green, they'll take tires, but everybody else will take tires. They get that last caution late in the race. Boom. I don't know, man. I don't know. This is interesting to see 2 drivers take fuel only here. Track position is key, though.
It really has been all season long. Corey Sherman checking in chat. Didn't finish last. And
He also didn't finish.
I got a sneaking suspicion we're going to be 3 wide by the time we get out of turn 2. Here we go. Getting ready to restart. Dustin Ping has control of the field. He hits the go pedal. Everybody also is able to go. The 41. Wow, that really surprised me. The 81 gets in front of the 48. Dylan Banks. That's going to open up the inside line. We're going 3 wide. Oh, look out. Contact for the lead. 3 wide into 3. I was off by a backstretch, Sam.
Off by a backstretch, still 3 wide. Heinzman comes up, almost makes contact with the number 48. Dylan Banks still in the middle. Ping holding strong on the top side as we go back down into 1 and 2.
Through 1 and 2, it is Dylan Banks leading the way. Still 3 wide, though, and now the 81 has a little bit of an issue. Had to let off the steam just a little bit. Here comes the 99 of Chris Carroll as we head into the front stretch.
Side by side for third. Ping starting to go backwards a little bit on them older tires. Chris Carroll looking to the inside. Current race leader is Dylan Banks and number 48. Coney Heinzman runs second.
The 99 completes the pass, and here comes the 41 of Don Kilrow on the backstretch. Kilrow looking high. The 81 drops it down low. The 41 looking to try and clear into the top 4. Couldn't do it that time by.
I'm impressed that the number 81 is holding on to this 4th spot with Kilrow being on fresher tires. So good job for Dustin Ping staying up here inside the top 5.
That may be over soon as the 41 looks low again. This time heading into turns 3 and 4. The 41 looking low, has a fender. Now they're dead even and coming out of 4. It looks like Dalton Kilrow has got the spot.
Don't look now. Chris back in 6th spot. Jamie Walker, a little bit of clean air. He's starting to make his way back up towards the front.
Jamie Walker has a mirror full of the 17, though. Brian Dees has been a perennial top 10 driver all night long. Austin Edstrom, though, looks to put down the teammate by 1 spot as he goes down low.
Side by side, teammates, MFRD. Jamie Walker having a little electrical issue going on in that 88. Not what he needs right now after the bad luck he's had tonight. Had that damage right before the race even started. Had that speeding penalty. It's made his way back up. Now, I hate to say it, but his internet's got to hang on.
The 81 of us, Dustin Ping, still trying to keep that 5th spot hope alive, but the 88 of Jamie Walker catches him quickly. The 88 still having some issues with the internet, but slowly catching up to the 81.
Pretty much single file right now, all the way back. Really, the first battle we got is looks like Philip Van Vliet and Mike Massengill back here. It's a battle for your 13th spot. Philip Van Vliet, the lone Dutchman, up top, Massengill on the bottom, and your pick back here in 15th, Chris, Amanda Sherman.
Amanda Sherman up high on the track, maybe looking to try and get around Massengill. In the 20, they go 3 wide around the 28 of Brian Zimmerman. Zimmerman down on speed.
Yeah, he's definitely struggling. Another one of those drivers that took fuel only, but he's going backwards a lot quicker than that 81 is. So again, impressive to see.
Contact with Massengill. Massengill mowing the lawn. Massengill comes back out on the track. Look out. The
Great.
20 holds on to it.
Great save out of Massengill, man. Went down through the grass. No caution. We stay green.
Up top, things are starting to heat up. It's the 48, the 51, the 99, and the 41. Dalton Kilrow is looking to the inside of Chris Carroll just a moment ago. He goes down low again.
Banks is holding strong on that top line there through 1 and 2. Heisman's just trying to find the right line to get around him, but don't look now. Chris Carroll all over the back bumper, that number 51.
Moving back just a little bit, Brian Dees under attack by teammate 87, Austin Edstrom. And here comes Hunter Lagunas on the inside. Edstrom not able to make the pass on the 17. Austin Edstrom does go back 1 spot. Hunter Lagunas looking to get around Ping.
I want to point out that Jamie Walker was 2/10 faster than the race leader the last time by, and he is slowly reeling in that number 41.
Jamie Walker right now, the fastest car on track in the 88 with nobody around him, catching a little bit of fresh air, but the 41 starting to get a little bit bigger out of the front windshield of Jamie Walker's number 88.
Last time by, Dylan Banks ran a 24:45, and everybody behind him was in the 3s, except for Walker, who was still in the 2s. So, I mean, nose to tail right here, top 4. You see Heinzman looking to the outside, almost a little bit of contact as we go through the center of 1 and 2.
Maybe carrying a little too much speed as the 51 didn't want to turn. The 99 of Chris Carroll drops down low, looking for the pass. And Carroll may have it here. He may be looking for the race lead.
Carroll almost has it, still side by side out of turn number 2. Dalton Kilroe tried to run the high line there in 3 and 4, almost put him 3 wide. And with these guys battling like this, here comes the 88 of Jamie Walker.
Jamie Walker has caught the front group and now has to set his sights on where he's going to pass. Oh, the 99 and the 51 get together. The 99 somehow saves it, and the 51's going to lose all kinds of time on track. The 99 too. Chris Carroll still not up to speed.
Chris Carroll came over the radio and apologized to the 51, so Carroll took blame for that one. Said he just kind of pushed up the track and got into the left rear, that number 51. They lose a couple of spots. Austin Edstrom trying to make his way around the 51, and now that puts Dalton Kilroe and Jamie Walker in 2nd and 3rd.
All that did was allow everybody up to the 9th spot to catch the front pack, and they have the 87 is looking for the race pass on Heinzman. Chris Carroll back to 4th spot, then Austin Edstrom, then Cody Heinzman. Brian Dees is right on the back bumper.
It's a gaggle of cars right here, Chris, from 4th on back. Chris Carroll, Cody Heinzman, Austin Edstrom, Brian Dees. Don't count out, though, that number 10 of Taylor Butcher Benjamin, who's slowly catching up to that pack right there.
The Butcher running in the 8th spot, up 4 since the drop of the green flag. The 10 car looking to try and get back into the swing of top 10 finishes. Top 5 would be even better. Taylor Butcher Benjamin looks to go to the championship.
Race leader still the number 48 of Dylan Banks, but Dalton Kilroe is trying his best to find a way to get around him. Running a little bit lower than that number 48 through 1 and 2. And Walker starting to catch him just a little bit. Both those drivers, Kilroe and Walker, have been faster than Banks the last 2 times around the track.
Jamie Walker continues to struggle with internet connection issues, as we'll call it electrical issues, but the 88 running 3rd solidly, trying to catch any bit of draft that might happen here on the short track. The 9 car, Jason Bauer, going to go down another lap to our race leaders. That may allow the 88 to catch a little bit.
And Dalton almost tried to use the lap car of Bauer as a pick right there, but didn't work out in his favor. I don't know. Dalton's looking a lot quicker than that 48 right now. He just can't get the pass completed just yet.
Still looking to set up the pass. The 41 of Dalton Kilroe running in the 2nd spot.
Caution flag. Mark
Caution.
Arthur.
Mark Arthur, who was already down a lap, facing the wrong way on the track here in turn number 4.
An overcorrection, Chris. Another one.
Boy, that is not the way you want to get camera time. Right in front of Zimmerman, who's already had to have that car repaired. And now Mark is going to have to send it back onto pit road for more repairs. Mark Arthur, what started off as a great night for him, is turning into a little bit of a nightmare at this point.
And that was all by himself, too, Chris. That's very rare to see out of that number 12. But we know it. He does not like this car.
8th caution of the night.
Ooh, a little faking going on up front there. Jamie Walker brings it down pit side.
Yeah, there's possibly tires to be had. There's fuel to be had. There's all kinds of strategies that are going to go right now. We're about 133 laps from done.
Still a long way to go. And
Looking back,
I'm staying on Walker here, Chris. I want to see if he takes tires. Go ahead, sorry.
yeah, thinking back at the crash that Mark just had, he was crashing for a while before it actually went around. You saw a little bobble out of the rear end. I'm going to see if I can get it back here.
Looks like 4 tires for Walker.
So he's entering 3, and he gives a little bit of a bobble, and then it looked like he had it straightened out, and the car just kicked out on him again.
He did come over the radio and say that the car was just wicked loose on him. Maybe that earlier damage just affecting the handling of that race car.
Yeah, quite possibly, and that may be the end of Mark for the night. I'm not sure. But it's like, how many more times can you try and fight back from that kind of a hit before the car is just no good?
Chris Carroll coming over the radio, apologizing once again to Cody Heinzman. Heinzman says they are all good. Hey, Chris, don't look now.
I'm looking. I'm very, very looking. Here we go. Top 10 run through. We got Dylan Banks up top with Dalton Kilroe in second. Chris Carroll third. Cody Heinzman running in 4th spot. We skip by the lap down car of Jason Bauer, and we get to the 89, the lone Dutchman running in 5th. Right behind him, my pick, Amanda Sherman, running in the 6th spot with Rick Thompson right behind her in 7th. Jamie Walker, we just saw him come down pit road. The 88 going to be restarting in the 8th position. Brian Dees in 9th. Austin Edstrom in the 87. Going to round out the top 10.
So Rick Thompson was one of the first drivers to come down pit road, sitting there in 7th. Fuel only, it looks like, for the 76. Everybody behind him all took tires. So maybe this is because you got Austin Edstrom and Taylor Butcher Benjamin back there in 10th and 11th. Those were the 2 guys who have an extra set to play with. So this is probably, they saw their opportunity to take them here at this caution. They most certainly did. I'm curious to see what that's going to do here later on.
Yeah, about 25 laps is going to be the difference on the set of tires that's on there between those who came down and those who didn't. So we're going to see what kind of difference it really makes here.
We've seen it earlier in the race when they all stayed out. Ty Morosco, Taylor Butcher Benjamin, and Austin Edstrom. They didn't necessarily go backwards as quick as I thought they were going to, but they definitely lost positions rather quickly. So 25 laps, that's a lot of time spent on this rubber. So I could see Taylor Butcher Benjamin, Brian Dees, Austin Edstrom. I could see these guys making their way through the field.
Yeah, I don't think you're wrong. I think there's some drivers that are up there because they didn't come down pit road. But we're going to find out. We're going to find out really quick because the pace car lights are off. It is cruising right now through turns 1 and 2. Going to be on the backstretch, but it's not going to be long now before we get back under the green flag. And we've got Dylan Banks leading the way. Behind him, it's Chris Carroll. Top side of the track, the 41 of Dalton Kilroe. Behind him, Cody Heinzman. After Heinzman, it's a set of TNA drivers, the 89, Philip Van Vliet and Amanda Sherman. Dylan Banks having a little electrical issue there, but right back on track. And the pace car comes down pit road into the Geico restart zone. We wait until about halfway in, and then Dylan Banks hits the loud pedal. Here we go. Back under the green flag, contact between the 41 and the 99.
99 had a really good restart there. Dalton looks like he's a little loose going over those bumps through 1 and 2. Big gaggle in the back
3
here.
wide, look out, teammates making contact. The 88 and then, the 89 and the 8 making contact. As the 8 sneaks out over 4 wide, look out.
Oh,
Dutchman. Oh, man.
I mean, come on, we knew that wasn't going to end well. 4 wide at Iowa.
Oh, I just hate it. I absolutely hate it for Philip Van Vliet, who is, he has done a master class session on how to avoid being in these things tonight, right up until right now.
So Philip Van Vliet came over the radio and went, really? 4 wide? Brian Dees immediately keyed up and said he didn't realize he had somebody to his outside, and he thinks that's on him. We'll see what race control says.
Gotta love it. Let's go back and I don't know who to click on.
Click on Phillip.
Yeah.
Starts with D's and Phillip. So
yeah, here we go. So RT76 was into the inside. Phillip Van Vliet started backing up, like maybe he was getting a little into a little bit of trouble, but man, Mike Massengill involved in that one too. This just a hard hit for a few drivers there.
yeah, that is a shame for the Lone Dutchman. I mean, he missed that one wreck earlier.
Two of them in a row.
Yeah, and race controls coming through, Chris. That is on the 17.
All right, it's going on D's. Man, hate that for Brian Dees too. I mean, that's the kind of incident on track that didn't have to happen, but it did. Jason Bauer gonna get a lap back.
Chris, I mean, respect to Brian Dees, though. He's come over the radio a few times now and apologized to Phillip. And you know, we know with iRacing, the spotters in iRacing are not the best. There is a very good chance Dees had no idea the Walker was up top there. They're not really that great at calling a 3-wide call, let alone a 4-wide call. So,
no, that's the truth. We've all been subject to that terribleness.
It's come to the point, ladies and gentlemen, where if you're sitting with your teammates, and we'll give an example like Talladega, you go 4 wide, your teammates will try to key up and let you know, hey, like you are 4 wide, be careful. And that's just something I think iRacing really needs to work on. So the thing I'm seeing right now, Chris, is you see Dylan Banks, Chris Carroll, Cody Heisman, they're all kind of putting those left side tires down on that apron. Now, I'm gonna bring it up. I've seen this happen in dirt racing where they'll put the right side tires in the loose dirt to try and cool off those tires. I think that's what we were seeing right there with the top 3. As you see Chris Carroll still down on the apron just trying to cool off those left side tires.
Well, I know it works in real life, Sam. I don't know if the sim is to the point where this works, but why not? Why not give it a try? And,
I think it does, because they did do that dynamic track update. I think that's why we're seeing a lot of multi-groove racing going on. The track temperature does change in different parts of the track, which is why we've seen the bottom work so well for a while. We see the top work so well for a while, but ain't nobody on that apron. So that's the coolest part of the racetrack. It's worth a shot if you're trying to gain just that little bit of an advantage.
Yeah, I don't see why not. Like I said, if it works, all the power to you. If it doesn't, well, it looks cool on TV.
So you weren't kidding, Chris. It was going to be a battle of attrition tonight. Point out your pick, top 5. That's a positive.
Yeah, I was just gonna let that one slide for now.
I'm not. I'm not. Everybody gets camera time. Everybody's getting called out. Amanda's having a good race right now, sitting in the 5th position. She's got Rick Thompson right behind him. Jamie Walker didn't really get a good restart last time by. He actually dropped a couple of positions on that last restart. He is on those fresher tires, so gonna have to keep an eye on the 88, see if he can fight his way back up to the front. Still Dylan Banks leading away, Chris Carroll 2nd, Cody Heisman in 3rd. Looks like Dalton Kilroe came down there on lap 134, Chris. 4 fresh tires, full tank of fuel for the number 41.
He's got a way of knowing what he has to do as far as fuel goes. I wonder if he thinks he can make it the rest of the way.
Let's Captain Save Fuel.
Yeah, every now and again I get to call him that, but really we haven't had a lot in the way of fuel run races this season. This may be one of them.
Pace car's off.
Dylan Banks leads the way. He hits the go pedal, and we are back under the green flag. Cody Heisman in the 3rd spot, looking for 2nd. Look out for the 88 of Jamie Walker. He's going down low. Jamie Walker launches to the 5th spot.
Almost 3 wide coming off turn 2 there. Austin Edstrom, Chris Carroll, and Cody Heisman. They're looking to make it 3 wide again here. Samuel
Austin
Lawson.
Edstrom.
Sorry, Chris. Samuel Lawson and Dalton Kilrow, I think, having a little issues there together. I'm going to see if I can't go back and see what happened real quick. It's all you.
On the top side of the track, it's the 48 leading the way. Chris Carroll behind him. It's a battle for third. Cody Heinzman down low. Cody Heinzman looks like he's got the 87. Yeah, at the line he's gonna. And he may be looking for more. Chris Carroll way up top on the track. Heinzman still down low. Heinzman gonna pull side by side through turns 1 and 2. The 51 looking to try and get around Chris Carroll. Not gonna happen on the backstretch. Carroll stretches it out.
Good racing going on up front here. Just to give you guys a little update of what happened. Dalton Kilrow and Samuel Lawson made some contact there on the restart. Kilrow came down the track trying to gain a position and just came across the nose of Lawson. Got a little sideways, but nice save out of Dalton.
The 87 of Edstrom looking strong here through halfway through the race, a little bit past halfway through the race right now. Austin Edstrom sitting in the second spot. Chris Carroll may not be the fastest car in the top 5. He may not be the fastest car third on back. As the 88 down low gets around Cody Heinzman, Jamie Walker starting to move.
I don't know if that contact
Pass for the race lead, Sam. The 87's trying for it. The 87, look out at the line. It's going to be Edstrom.
He tried to slide up and clear himself there, Chris, but last second just wasn't clear enough. Looks like maybe Banks let him go right here. I don't know. He's gone, man.
He's gone.
It's new tires.
Just like that, 0.6 of a second for Austin Edstrom. And Jamie Walker is trying to do the same thing. Walker gets by Chris Carroll, now puts his sights on Dylan Banks in the 48.
This is what I'm saying, man. This strategy is going to play out for these guys for now, but what's going to happen once these other drivers have to come down pit road? Can the 88 make it? Can the 87 make it?
The 99's looking for a way around, almost cut off the 51. The 99 goes around, hard into the 10. Caution on the track. Taylor Butcher Benjamin gets involved with the 99.
Oh, Cody Heinzman immediately keying up, saying, sorry, Chris, I couldn't back out of it in time. Maybe a little contact there between the two?
Just perhaps. Let's go back. Oh, man, we're going to go on Heinzman, take a peek, and see if it happened up here.
It does look like that Chris got loose, and Heinzman just didn't give him room to catch it.
Oh, yeah, he just didn't have time. Where was he going to go? He had the 10 to his inside. Heinzman just had no place to go.
Again, I think that's going to be an interesting call for race control to make on that one.
Yeah, I mean, does the accident happen because Cody got into Chris Carroll, or does the accident happen because Chris Carroll got loose, lost traction, and couldn't go?
It's hard to tell. I mean, that's, again, it's just one of those instances. We know Chris Carroll, he's a good race car driver. Could he have saved it? Maybe. It all depends. Race control coming down right now, Chris, saying it is on the 99.
All right, so Chris Carroll going to take it to the end of the line.
Busy pit road here, too.
Busy pit road. Including Dylan Banks. Banks on pit road.
I don't think Carroll got a whole lot of damage from that. I don't think Taylor Butcher Benjamin did either.
No, I think both cars are going to be okay. You know, we'd probably be saying something different if this was a super speedway, but both cars are going to be okay and be able to continue on. We're going to keep an eye for this race off from pit road, though. It's been fantastic here tonight. We've had lead changes. We've had position changes, all kinds of things happening off from pit road. And here we go again. As the 48 of Dylan Banks is taking 4. There's drivers that are going around him. Cody Heinzman also took 4.
I think you're still on the replay, Chris.
Oh, yeah, I am. You're right.
Okay.
Hey, look at that. Hey, we're still under caution.
I'm just sitting here like, wait, they're already off pit road. What's he talking about?
Well, I'm talking about what happened on pit road. I mean, come on.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
It's got to be having you back in the booth. I'm like, well, he's supposed to be pushing buttons, and I just get to talk.
Yeah, we're both kind of flip-flopped right now, so it's...
Nonetheless, caution number 10. That does not include sustained cautions tonight, so far we're up to 12. And look at the top 3 we've got going now. Austin Edstrom, Jamie Walker, and RT76. Rick Thompson has made his way to the top 3.
Fuel only for a couple of drivers in the top 10 as well. Dustin Peng, Brian Dees, Gordon Larson Jr., who's involved in that big accident earlier in the race, back up inside the top 10.
Yeah, the double lot really getting it done. He's up 16 since the drop of the green flag here tonight. So good job for Larson, not only getting past the struggles of being involved in an incident, but also continuing to climb through the field. Dylan Banks going to be restarting in the 7th spot. Cody Heinzman in 8th. And I want to check in on Philip Van Vliet right now. He is running in the 14th spot after that one time that he just couldn't keep out of it.
Car looks good, though. Looks like they got that thing fixed up. Chris Carroll's off of pit road as well. Looks like car's clean on the number 99, but a lot of work to do here before this thing's over for Chris Carroll to get back up there.
Yeah, and TBB also looks like he's pretty clean, so should be okay there. We've got a lot of laps left. I'm not really concerned about that. I think with the 110 laps left that Chris is going to be able to make his way back up towards the front. It's a matter of what's he going to take out of the car to get there.
110, is that it?
That's all.
Oh, okay, cool.
Just a quick one here tonight.
Gotta keep an eye on Jamie Walker, man. All last season when I was broadcasting, you always had to keep your eye on that number 88. He liked to start in the back and work his way up. Now he's up into some clean air. But we know that number 87 of Austin Edstrom, he's quick as well. Green flag back out in the air.
And Austin Edstrom doesn't hit or waste any time at all. He hits the go pedal, and through turns 1 and 2, he has got the lead. The 88, Jamie Walker, to his preferred line. He is definitely preferred to be outside here tonight, and it is paying dividends for Jamie Walker as he has taken over 2nd spot, or resumed 2nd spot, I guess is the case may be. The 76, Rick Thompson, may be under attack by the 81. The 81 is Ping. Ping has 3rd spot away from RT76. Caution is out again, and we were just talking about him, the double odd. Gordon Larson Jr.
Might want to go back and watch the 51 and the 00 on that one, Chris.
Already have it up. The 00 gets into the back of the 48. The 00 starts to lose it. And around he goes. Let's see if there was anything that started that before we saw.
00 definitely had a little help there. Heinzman got into the back of him. He's coming up over the radio right now and apologizing to the 00.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely got into the back of him, but somehow the 00 went down 3 lanes to get there. I guess it can happen.
Hey, you got to figure. I mean, if Heinzman pushed him into the corner, he wasn't expecting to carry that much speed going in. So, but the thing is, this is kind of like what we saw earlier. Heinzman may have gotten into the back of him, but I mean, the 00 had plenty of time to catch it. He actually did catch it, and then after he hit the 48 is when he went around.
Right. That's kind of where I was going with that.
But race control actually just comes down and says that's on Heinzman.
All right. Well, Cody Heinzman gets to join Chris Carroll towards the end of the field and is going to have to work his way back up towards the front.
So I mean, at least it's consistency with race control, right? Same thing happened earlier with John Perkins and Samuel Lawson. They put it on Perkins, I believe. And they put it on Heinzman for this one. So shout out to Race Control for doing a good job here tonight. Tom Freitas up in the booth over there handling race control.
Yeah, absolutely. Tom's been doing a pretty good job all year long.
Gotta give him a shout out, man. That's one thing. That's one person who don't get enough credit most of the time is race control. It is a hard job.
Absolutely. I just want to point out that if the race were to end right now, Amanda Sherman's taking home. Oh no, she's not. Philip Van Vliet was able to get around her. Well, she's taking home the banner in my book. How's that?
Is the banner even a thing still?
I make it a thing.
I think it should still be a thing.
Well, you know, we don't have the show, so we don't have the banner count.
I mean, Corey runs race shadow. You can still technically do it.
I know, but he doesn't. I don't know why.
Oh, what the heck, Corey?
I don't know.
Get on that. I've only seen one gold banner. Come on now.
There's actually like 3 just out of 1 driver this season. I mean, come on. Cody Heinzman.
I didn't know Heinzman was TNA.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Those don't count.
Our deal was you had to have 3 or more TNA drivers on track for any banner to be available, just in case we were running something other than BPL. And we've had more than 3 every time Cody has won. So, I mean, technically, he's in by the bylaws.
Technicalities.
I know it. Right now, working lap 155 of 260 live here at Iowa Speedway. This little 9/10 of a mile track has certainly been putting on a show as the sun is completely down. We've been under the lights for some time now. And if we keep going the way we're going, it's possible we see the sun rise. Have you ever seen that before?
In a 24-hour race, yeah. Now you're making me think about it. I mean, I think I might have seen it once. I've seen some pretty interesting things happen up here in the booth. I've had races that were completely covered by fog, races that have ended early because there's no lights at the track. So, I mean, it's possible, I guess.
Yep, absolutely. I too have had the dark race. Not the most fun. It's hard to call a race when you can't see them, isn't it?
I mean, in the sim, it is only 10:30, so I don't think we're going to be seeing the sunrise.
Oh, all right, fair enough. Hey, we're lined up 2 by 2. We're getting ready to go back under the green flag as the pace car starts rounding through turn number 4. It's going to take a hard left-hand turn, and Austin Edgrom now has control of the field.
Green flag back out in the air. Good launch there for the number 87. I don't know if Walker's just not timing his restarts right, but he's putting himself in a position where he's about to get passed here by the number 81 of Dustin Ping almost every restart. Holds on to it, though, coming out of 2. I stand corrected.
Well, I got to be honest. This is what we've seen through the outside, or from the outside on restarts all night long, is they lose to the inside driver, but then prevail against anybody else who was on the inside. That's exactly what happened this time as Jamie Walker continues to hold on to second spot, but under pressure from Dustin Ping.
Austin Edgrom now out to a 1-second gap and some clean air, so really doesn't need to look in his mirror right now, just needs to keep it on cruise control. Dustin Ping doing a good job hanging on to 3rd. Dylan Banks tried to make a move to the outside, now looks to the inside, back to the outside, just can't seem to find a way to get around that number 81.
And behind him, it's the 17 of Brian Dees, the Soul Stealer, under attack by Sam Lawson. Lawson on the inside in his number 24. He gets side by side with a 17 coming through turns 3 and 4.
Don't look now. Here comes Dalton Kilrow. Had that little contact there with the number 24 earlier on. Let's see if there's any bad blood between them now. I don't think so, but you never know.
41 doing a little bit of a diamond shape coming through the corner, trying to find some speed. Right now, stuck behind the 24 of Lawson, but the 41 runs that high line through 3 and 4, looking for the momentum.
He's been accustomed to that high line all night long in turns 3 and 4. It's worked out for him. Back down to the bottom here in 1 and 2. And I'm going to say it. Everybody's going to hate me for it, but kind of running a dirt line here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Using the high line to his advantage in 3 and 4. Using the bottom in 1 and 2. That's a dirt line.
Not quite as high that time was the 41, but just ahead of him, Sam Lawson working on the 17 of Brian Dees. Lawson has found some speed late in this one. The 24 puts Dees down a spot. Sam Lawson now inside of the top 5.
It's impressive, actually, to see Lawson back up here in the top 5 after that hard contact with the outside wall. I mean, I guess this proves that these cars really are tanks if you can get them all fixed up.
Last time by, Jamie Walker in second spot ran a 24.09. Austin Edstrom a 24.25. Jamie Walker faster than the race leader, but he has got a half a second gap to try and catch back up.
We were just talking about him, Party Boy Lawson. He was actually faster than everybody in the top 5. So Party Boy making some moves here, trying to get up towards the front.
Dylan Banks holding on to spot number 3, but Party Boy on the outside making hay. Banks moves up the track to try and cut some of that speed off from the 24. It may not work as the 24 stays up high.
Just not able to get alongside of him to try and make that pass happen. Dalton Kilrow now looking to the inside of Dustin Peng. Battle for your 5th position back here. Brian Dees looks like he's fallen back just a little bit. Brian Dees' last pit on lap 147 was a fuel-only stop, so his tires are probably screaming underneath that number 17.
8th position belongs to Taylor Butcher Benjamin. Taylor, who was involved in a caution not too long ago, has made his way back up to the 8th spot. Car looks clean, maybe just a little less speed than it had not that long ago.
The last time by, Austin Edstrom was faster than Jamie Walker, but not by much. A 24.19 to a 24.21. Dylan Banks was actually faster than both of them, and Lawson still faster than all 3 of them.
Jamie Walker was able to close up the gap just a little bit, but it looks like when it gets to about 0.3 of a second, it hits a wall of air. Not this time, though, as Jamie brings it in within 0.2 of a second and now starts to lose it going through turns 3 and 4.
Well, you see what happened there, Chris. He went into the corner. He tried to run a different line than Austin to get that clean air on the front of that car. Austin saw that in his rearview mirror, slid up the track, took the air off the nose of the 88, and maintains the lead.
It's all about fresh air right now, and Austin Edstrom has it all, except for what Dylan Banks has. Banks running in the 3rd spot, under attack from Sam Lawson in the 24, but Lawson has his own battle. It's with the 41 of Don Kilrow trying to get down underneath.
Kilroy's tried to make that pass a couple of times here the last couple of laps, just can't seem to get the power down and get alongside that 24. Lawson has the advantage running that top line, gets the momentum down the back straightaway, starts to pull away from the 41.
Chris Carroll and Cody Heinzman had to start at the rear of the field, both being called out from race control. Right now, Chris Carroll is 7th spot. Cody Heinzman gets around the Soul Stealer of Brian Dees. He's up to 8th.
Up to 8th for Chris Carroll. Last time by, Carroll ran a 24.33. He is the fastest car out of the top 10 right now.
Battle for the race lead. Jamie Walker has found the inside of Austin Edstrom. Had the race lead for just a moment. Edstrom brought it back. This time through the corner, it looks like the 88 may be making it a permanent fixture on the front side of the field.
All he's got to do is get a little bit of an edge. He's got it here. He's got him clear. All he's got to do is slide up. But Austin Edstrom, oh, man, I thought Austin was going to have a bigger run than that coming off the corner. Jamie slides up, takes the air off the nose. New race leader, number 88 of Jamie Walker.
It's going to be Walker, Edstrom, and Banks Sam Lawson, Dalton Kilroe have all formed up a 5-car party as Dylan Banks now works the inside of Austin Edstrom. Did Edstrom use up all the good out of the Goodyear tires?
He might have, but let's also keep in mind that Dylan Banks pit on lap 147. He has 20 lap fresher tires than that number 87 car.
Banks has that second spot. Here comes Sam Lawson. Lawson had the inside for a moment, couldn't make it work. Goes to the inside again. The 48 moves down, takes the air off from the 24. The 24 gets a little wiggle coming out of the corner.
We got to keep an eye because, like I said, Dylan Banks hit on lap 147. He's got 20 lap fresher tires and Jamie Walker as well. Oh, Sam Lawson loose. Is he going to save it this time? He does. Great catch out of the 24.
Sam Lawson recovers the car, but drops many positions. Back now to 6th spot, and the 99 and 51 are coming. Kilroe hard into the wall. Dalton Kilroe absolutely took the wall down.
Man. He immediately keyed up over the radio, said, just give me the OL. And apparently Dustin Peng needs a new pair of pants. I can't say what he said.
Let's go back. We're going to take a peek. Austin Edstrom was on the outside. Oh, the 41. Oh, my God.
Just an overcorrection, Chris. You got, I mean, we've heard this in real life. They talked about it, I believe it was a couple races ago, if not last week. They said you got to put these cars on the edge of loose to be fast in them. That's what these guys are doing here tonight, and it's just biting some of them.
Wow. And the 17, the Soul Stealer, Brian Dees, what a job he did just to stay out of the wreckage of his teammate. But that car, the 41, is hurt.
Go ahead and put an F in chat for Dalton Kilroe, ladies and gentlemen. Had a fast car all night. Man, that's a heartbreaker. He's all coming down pit road. Dylan Banks. He faked out Jamie Walker. Jamie Walker came down pit road there, Chris.
Well, I don't know if he faked him out or if Jamie was going to come anyway. I don't think somebody with the experience Jamie Walker has is going to get faked out. But maybe.
I've seen crazier things happen.
Oh, I have too. Nonetheless, he is back on pit road, and that's going to actually put Chris Carroll and Cody Heinzman back into the top 5. Carroll running 4th, Heinzman running 5th.
Carroll last pit on lap 154 with 4 fresh tires, so Carroll can make it to the end. I've been trying to keep track of who's, how many sets these drivers have taken. Obviously, it's been very difficult to do, so I'm not 100% sure if Carroll has a set left or not. Heinzman last pit on lap 47, like a few drivers up front here. So, but Carroll actually has almost 10 lap fresher tires than the guys ahead of him right now. So keep an eye on the number 99.
So taking a look, I had to change to the tower timing. It's showing 14 cautions. Get rid of 2 for stages. This is caution number 12.
Love the commitment. Got Lori out in chat saying, go, Mark. Mark's been on pit road for about 35 minutes, but I love the commitment. I love it. So
I do too. Lori, I love you. You're awesome.
Out here every week watching True Sim Productions.
And the 41 is able to drive, but I'm telling you, it's not driving well. As he's coming back down pit road, more service to be done by the team 41 as the pace car lights are still on. He's got a little bit of time, but not a ton. And I think we would need a couple of consecutive really quick cautions to really help out the 41. I don't know that we're going to get it. We were green flag there, Sam, for quite a while. And maybe that was a tire thing. I don't know.
I was muted there, Chris. My apologies. You weren't kidding. This is a battle of attrition tonight, and At this point, I mean, my pick's out of the race. I don't know who to go with. There's so many varying strategies. I don't know who to pick right now.
Me either. I'm just going to stick with Amanda Sherman. She's right now running in the 10th spot. She's doing everything she needs to do tonight. She had to make up 1 point to tie with Mark Arthur. And right now she's running 10th. Mark is not running, but in 20th. I don't expect that to change. I think everybody behind him is done for the night. So no worse than 20th here for Mark. Banks, Ping, and Lawson. All right, Lori. She's just going to start cheering on everybody else in BPL tonight. That's what I like.
Nah, she's still going for Mark, though.
Yeah. I mean, in her heart, she's like, Mark can still win this one. Pace car drops down. The 48 of Dylan Banks has control of the field. Dustin Ping to the outside. Banks hits the loud pedal. We're back under green. Banks crosses the start-finish line. Sam Lawson from the inside is going to take over second spot.
Lawson had a really good pre-start right there. Not sure if those guys are sitting in chat together or not, but I think Banks might have counted down Lawson on that restart.
Cody Heinzman up to third, but Chris Carroll gets underneath. Carroll from the outside, his restart position, down to the inside, looking for third, away from Heinzman, couldn't get it.
Lawson still runs second, Heinzman in third, Chris Carroll runs fourth. Ping looking to the inside of Carroll. Lawson going to the high side, trying to make that high side work to maybe try and get the race lead here coming out of turn number 4.
Out of turn 4, it's Dylan Banks leading the way over Sam Lawson and Cody Heinzman. Maybe a bit loose is the 99 as we saw it struggle a little bit. And the 24's going around, may have had a little help. He's going to save it.
Man,
Sam Lawson saves it. A great save. But we've got a new second place runner. It's Cody Heinzman. Banks, Heinzman, and Carroll.
I went back and looked at that, Chris. It looks like he did get loose. I don't think him and Heinzman made any contact, but Lawson is now struggling back there in 14th.
Jamie Walker has made his way back up to the 6th position. Larry Bell right behind him. In front of him, it's the 81 and the 87. Doing battle, the 87, Austin Edstrom takes the spot away. Austin Edstrom back into the 4th spot. Dustin Ping right behind him, and here comes the 88. It's going to be 2 by 2 on the backstretch.
Edstrom slides up in front of Carroll, takes the 3rd position away, up 16 spots. Right now for the number 87. Here comes Jamie Walker. Walker has the freshest tires inside the top 5 right now. So keep an eye on him to come up through the field. I don't know how much it's going to help him right now. He hit on lap 176. Last time Dylan and Cody pit was 147.
29 laps the difference, and that may be enough as you see the 99 going backwards. The 81 almost got to the back bumper. Chris Carroll is having fits as the car is not handling right now for the 99.
Well, he did have that little bit of damage from earlier in the race. It could still be affecting the handling of that race car. Getting real tight there coming off turn number 2, almost into the outside wall. And don't look now, the number 10 of Taylor Butcher Benjamin making his way back up towards the front after being involved in an incident earlier in the race.
The Butcher running the inside of Dustin Ping into turns 1 and 2. RT76 holds the outside. It's a 4-car battle right now for 5th spot.
Go back up to the front there, Chris. We got a battle going on for 2nd. Austin Edstrom looking to the inside of Heinzman.
Austin Edstrom in the 87, down low. Heinzman up top. That top line has worked well for Cody Heinzman all night, but will it prevail right now? The battle for 2nd spot continues on.
Might have him cleared here coming off turn number 2. No. Yes, he does. It looked like Heinzman was going to have a bigger run there, but he had to check up. Now here comes Jamie Walker, not only looking for 3rd, looking for 2nd.
Jamie Walker lets it float up in front of the 51. There's plenty of room. Now, Jamie's got his sights set on positions 1 and 2. The battle side by side. Dylan Banks, Austin Edstrom. Edstrom to the inside, Banks to the outside in the 48. Young guns prevailing so far here tonight.
Looked like Banks tried to pinch Edstrom down there on the inside just a little bit, try to take his momentum away, but those fresher tires are going to prevail. Jamie Walker going to try and follow through, still by side as we go into turns 1 and 2.
Dylan Banks stuck on the outside to 2 drivers with fresher tires. The 88 having some electrical issues once again, but able to get around the 48. 2-car battle now for this top spot. It's Austin Edstrom, Jamie Walker, who are walking away from the 48.
Walker got a little loose there coming off turn number 4, gathers it back up. He's going to have to rebuild that momentum, cool those tires off just a little bit, try and run down that number 87. We've seen him do it the last green flag run we had. Can he do it again?
Right now, keeping an eye on 5th place runner Taylor Butcher Benjamin. Benjamin getting around Cody Heinzman right now on the inside, the 10 on fire.
Looking to the inside here, trying to take 4th spot away. Still side by side as we go back down into turns 1 and 2. Taylor Butcher Benjamin going to clear him through the center of the corner. He's going to try and bring Rick Thompson with him. Thompson looking to take over that 5th position.
RT76 lines up against the 51 of Cody Heinzman. He's down low, and RT76 has him by a half a car. The 51 now going backwards as here comes the 17 of Brian Dees.
Did Heinzman maybe burn up his stuff trying to stay up towards the front because he's lost 3 positions now? I don't know, man. Maybe the strategy didn't work out for them when they took their tires. Everybody who took tires on lap 176, they're moving up towards the front.
Lap after lap is a spot and a spot again for Cody Heinzman to drop one. He is back down to 7th spot. Him and Chris Carroll outside of the top 5.
I think those two are actually probably praying for a caution right now. If they have a set of tires left, they're going to want to come and get them for the last 60 laps of this race. But Jamie Walker, last time by, just a little bit faster than Austin Edstrom. We'll see what it would. Oh, this time by, almost 2 full tenths faster than the 87. Did the 87 burn his stuff up too quickly? Here comes Jamie Walker on the attack.
Jamie Walker puts the nose to the back of the 87. The 88 stays up high, tries to hold the momentum through turns 3 and 4. Walker does not gain on the leader. Well, I lie, maybe about a 1/10 of a second. Austin Edstrom seems to be getting out of the corner just a little bit better, though. But now the 88 drops down low onto the back stretch, and we're going for a pass. Jamie Walker clears him.
Makes that pass look easy out of the number 88. Now back to the race lead. He's been up and down all night long. A speeding penalty. Damage before the race even started. Now leading this thing.
Jamie started in 3rd spot tonight. Now the race leader, Austin Edstrom, has a good car underneath him right now, but forced back to second. Edstrom battling back. He's on the inside. Can Walker hold it on the outside? Taylor Butcher Benjamin up to 3rd spot. Rick Thompson 4th.
Brian Dees, he's also found his way back up inside the top 5. He also last pit on lap 176. So I don't know, Chris, if this thing goes green the rest of the way, I think these guys made the right strategy call.
Next time by, it's going to be 60 to go for Jamie Walker. 60 to go as they cross the line. Jamie Walker leads the way.
Starting to pull away from Austin Edstrom just a little bit. Last time by, almost 2/10 faster than the number 87. But Taylor Butcher Benjamin is also 2/10 faster than Austin Edstrom right now.
TBB looking for a podium finish here tonight on the high side of the track. But look out for Rick Thompson. Thompson trying to catch him.
Rick Thompson having a good night. He had a couple issues earlier on in the race. Now sits in 4th, trying to catch Taylor Butcher Benjamin. Last time by ran at 24.52, so setting some good lap times as well. Just got to put that Speed Mafia Ford Mustang in some clean air, try and gain some positions.
The 9 of Jason Bauer goes down a lap to our race leader, and our 2nd place runner, Taylor Butcher Benjamin, now goes down low. He gets by safely. Our top 3 cars are within a second of each other.
Taylor Butcher Benjamin starting to reel in Austin Edstrom ever so slightly. Last time by, he was only a couple hundredths faster than Austin. Rick Thompson actually faster than both of them. Rick Thompson actually the fastest out of the top 5 right now.
Yeah, look out for RT76. He is looking to get into the championship.
Whoa.
Big slide out of the 76. That was huge. Look at the time he lost on track.
He was in a 4-wheel slide. I don't know if he overdrove the entry to 1 right there or not, but great save out of the number 76, but definitely under pressure from the number 17 right now. Might go down a spot.
How upset did he make the tires sliding through the corner like that? The 17 is going to let us know. Right now, Brian Dees is trying to get to the back bumper of the 76 of Rick Thompson. He's there. He's going down low.
Side by side into 3 and 4. Dees is going to clear him with these. Put Dees up to 4th position.
Can you say that again? No? Okay.
What?
Oh, you just made some really good rhymes. I wanted you to say it again, but it didn't happen.
I don't think I could say it again.
I don't know if you could either, but Jamie Walker stretches the lead over Austin Edstrom here on lap 205 of 260. And you see the very hurt car, the 41 of Dalton Kilroe, down a lap. It's got to be heartbreaking for Dalton. He has had some serious issues this year. When he's good, he's good. When he's not, oh boy.
Taylor Butcher Benjamin trying to work his way around his teammate Dalton Kilroe, trying to get back into that clean air. Still running some pretty solid lap times. Brian Dees is actually the quickest out of the top 5 that time by. Jamie Walker now almost out to a 9/10 of a second, almost a full second now as we come out of turn number 2. So Walker got in that clean air and he said goodbye.
Yeah, Jamie is so good at saving his stuff, and I think we're seeing it right now. Jamie Walker checking out 1.1 seconds. Problem with the 8 car of Amanda Sherman as she goes down a lap. Amanda Sherman in 14th spot just went down a lap here on lap 208.
I think she was just trying to get out of the way there, Chris.
Yeah, I think it's possible.
She keyed up. I didn't hear what she said, but she keyed up. As you see, she's staying all the way down to the bottom side of the racetrack, just letting these drivers go around her and try and duke this thing out here for the last, 50-some laps.
Yeah, 51 laps left here at Iowa, and we've been green for a while. So anybody who was banking on another caution may be in trouble. The 8 car needs to get it back going, though. As that car is clean, it should be faster than the 41, but she let the speed just absolutely drop on that thing. I'll tell you who hasn't done that, and that's the 88 of Walker. He is still firmly in command, 1 second over Austin Edstrom. Edstrom 1.4 over TBB.
Edstrom was a little bit quicker last time by, but not by much. It looks like the next 2 drivers who are close in time with our race leader is Brian Dees and Rick Thompson, but they got a lot of time to make up, and the difference in time is very minimal.
Look out, Rick Thompson goes for the slide job again. All by his lonesome, and Rick Thompson slid all 4 tires once again as he was working with Brian Dees to try and get around the 10 car.
Don't count out a caution just yet, Chris. These guys keep driving like this.
My Lord, I was just hanging on. I could feel that car sliding. I think Rick may have slid that car 1 too many times, though, as that thing is not happy.
Now he's going to have to take at least 5 laps to try and cool those tires back down. So that's the second time he's done that we've seen thus far. So, but he's making a pass on TBB right now.
Yeah, TBB very much down on speed, though. I mean, he's running 3-4 miles an hour slower than Rick Thompson at that point. So I think something may have happened to TBB at the same time, but how about, man, Brian Dees up 12 spots. He is in the top 3. Austin Edstrom up 17 spots, running in 2nd. Other big mover notable right now, and he has been involved in a couple. It's the double zero of Gordon Larson Jr.
Yeah, great comeback for that 0-0 of Gordon Larson Jr. for sure. He was missing the front clip on that car earlier in the race. He got that thing fixed, got his laps back. Now running inside the top 10. Good comeback. Walker is starting to run down Brian Zimmerman. Brian Zimmerman's currently in 13th, last car in the lead lap. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Simi is about to go down a lap to one very fast Mountain Dew number 88, driven by Jamie Walker. The lead has extended caution on the track. It's the 12 car once again.
Mark Arthur. Man, ain't nobody going to believe that. Oh, Jamie Walker just keyed up and said, well, there goes our race, Austin. And I don't think Jamie realizes. I was going to say, Austin has a set of tires. He just confirmed it over chat.
That may be the end of the 88.
Mark hit those bumps in 1 and 2, Chris, and just tried to loop it down to the apron and then brings it back up on the track. Caution one more time.
He had just gone around Philip Van Vliet. Looks like he did hit those bumps a little bit, and then left sides went underneath the yellow line onto the apron, and around he went, but did a great job staying out of our race leader.
I'm going to be honest. I don't think I've ever seen Mark struggle in a car this bad before.
Have you not watched all season long? Because it has been a season-long affair.
Well, I'm including the entire season. I meant like the car just overall in general. I mean, normally, I've raced him even on dirt, and he's gotten the hang of it fairly quickly. I've never seen him struggle with a new car like this.
Yeah, this has been very, very tough to watch, especially when you know, like, everybody knows Mark can drive on the sim. Everybody knows that in this league. And to watch him falter, it's not been a lot of fun. Jamie Walker, last on pit road, lap 176. Brian D is last on pit road, lap 176. And behind them, oh boy, lots and lots of drivers coming out with fresh tires.
Man, I honestly thought we might have gone to the end there. I know guys were really struggling with them older tires. I thought it was a matter of time, but if you would have asked me who would have been the driver to do it, I wouldn't have guessed Mark. So,
oh boy, working lap number 217 out of 260. Oh no!
Did you read the chat?
Yes.
I'm sorry. Okay, Rick 1, me 0. He definitely got me on that one. How much is it, Rick? I'll split it with you because that was too funny. Oh man,
boy.
He needs some practice. He's got to go back to NASCAR heat for a little bit.
We kid because we love. We kid because we love. Speaking of love, we love the fact that we have you guys out there watching us here tonight on True Sim Productions. Make sure you tune in every Sunday night. Check out Blazing Pedals NextGen series. I promise next season it won't be this car.
I don't know if you and Tanner have been pushing this, Chris, but I'm going to throw it out there while I'm here. Guys, super chats are active. You want to help support the channel? Not necessary, but they are active. It'll highlight your chat. It'll go to the top of the chat and everything. It's there. Just throwing it out there.
Make sure after the race, give us about 5 minutes to reset and regroup, and then it's after the flag.
Oh boy. So Brian D's Jamie Walker. Lap 176 last time they pit. Everybody else all on fresh tires. So now what do you do?
Hope and pray. Look, they're sitting ducks. They're absolutely sitting ducks. Love you both. Would love to have talked to both of you at the end of this one. My feelings are that it's probably not going to happen.
Well, who knows? Who knows? Hey, Corey Sherman, what a super chat. Yeah. Number 51 is coming, he says.
Well, if he's going to come, he's going to come from 7th spot. Oh, look at this. Now they're rolling.
Love to see it. See, you guys got to push it more. Jacob,
Pace
I
car
think I
lights
know
are
who
off.
that is. Shout out to you for the super chat. Appreciate it. Just want to get that out there. If I'm not mistaken, I'm like 95% sure I know who that is, and if it is, happy birthday.
Wow. Pace car takes a hard left-hand turn. Jamie Walker and Brian Dees have control of the field. Walker gets the 88 rolling.
Good launch to the number 88 as we go barreling down into 1 and 2, side by side for second. Austin Edstrom to the bottom, right on the back bumper. Jamie Walker gets a little bit loose, and oh man,
Look out!
Too much going on to even call right now.
Yeah, we're just gonna hang back for a second,
wide.
let it sort out. 3 wide, TBB on the bottom. Meanwhile, Austin Edstrom has started to step away. Now Dylan Banks. Banks in second, RT76. Rick Thompson in second. Here comes the 51. Straight out of 7th, the 51 now up to 4th spot.
They finally sorted out. I don't know how they were able to do that. 3 by 3, 2 rows deep there for a hot minute. Starting to single file out once again. Rick Thompson looking to the inside of Dylan Banks, trying to take over that second spot.
Now stays up just a little bit higher. Does RT76. Not going to be able to get there, though. The 48 continues to roll. Dylan Banks in second spot, holding on to it. Here comes the 51, Cody Heinzman. Heinzman looking on the outside, along with Cody Banks, and RT76 slams the door.
Slams the door, but for how long? We know that 51's fast. Thompson doing a really good job hanging on to third. Taylor Butcher Benjamin's trying to sneak up there as well. He's looked to the inside of Cody Heinzman a couple of times as Heinzman looks to the inside of Rick Thompson going into 3 and 4.
No room to move down for the 76, so he goes up top side. The 48 goes along with him. The 51 not able to get there. He moves up top.
Banks looks like he's running a little bit different of a line, kind of entering lower, letting the car drift up through the center of the corner. Thompson's going to look to the inside once again here in 3 and 4. Heinzman starting to lose a little bit of ground to these guys. Thompson to the bottom, maybe, no, not able to get there.
Rick Thompson had it for just a moment, but not able to keep the pedal down. Heinzman, I think, is just kind of watching, maybe trying to save some tire as the 51 holds pace.
A little over 30 laps to go here, Chris. I think Heinzman might be trying to save his stuff as long as he can, but what is the point of no return? When do you have to hit the go button? It's so hard to get track position in these cars. You see them fighting just for the second spot. I'm actually surprised for how hard they're fighting that Austin Edstrom hasn't extended that lead further than he has.
Well, Austin may be watching out of the mirror saying he doesn't have to. Although he is starting to stretch it out just a little bit. Almost a full second over second place Dylan Banks right now as the RT76 keeps trying to get around.
Last time by, times were pretty close for first and second and third and fourth. They're all pretty much running identical lap times. They're that close.
Top 5 right now, it's Edstrom, Banks, Thompson, Heinzman, and the Butcher. Chris Carroll sits outside of the top 5 in the 6th spot. Then it's Larson Jr., Sam Lawson, Dustin Ping, and Brian Zimmerman.
And I'm actually surprised that I haven't seen Chris Carroll make bigger moves to get up towards the front here. It's been fast all night. I mean, that car has definitely got to be struggling even on fresh tires.
Yeah, right now he is trapped behind the Butcher as TBB holds station in the 5th spot. Rick Thompson still trying to figure out a way to try and get around the 48, but they have caught the race leader, even though they're racing the 87. Please tell me he didn't burn up those tires already.
It's a good possibility, but I think if I was Thompson right now, I'd quit trying to pass the 48, let the 48 go after the 87, then you both have a chance to try and take the lead right now.
Yeah, use the guy in front of you as a battering ram, right?
Yeah, let him battle it out and let you catch up and try and make a move. Thompson's got a good run here down the back straightaway. Banks has tried to make a move on Edstrom a couple of times. He's caught him, but just can't do nothing with it.
Well, there's two things going on there. He's trying to pass the 87, but has to be weary of the 76. Rick Thompson is there, and if the 48 gives just a little bit of a wiggle, he knows he would lose second.
Then you got Heinzman back there just kind of lurking in the shadows right now. Just kind of watching this all unfold, maybe kind of praying for the same thing. Let these guys get up there and start battling. He's back here saving his tires. He'll be able to come up and try and make a move.
Yeah, but with 27 laps to go, it's getting to the point. I would say 25, you got to hammer down. And right now, the top four are just not able to do anything with each other. The car's so even.
And I mean, times are just so close right now. Edstrom, 24-27. Banks, 24-24. Thompson, 24-27. Heinzman, 24-24. So, I mean, they are running identical lap times. I don't know. It's so difficult to pass in these cars. I don't know what they're going to be able to do here to make it happen.
Yeah, and if they keep going the way they're going, it's not going to be long before TBB and Chris Carroll catches this group. They are running slightly faster than this front group. The 48 goes to the outside. 76, I thought was going to stick a nose in, but couldn't get the run.
Yeah, oh, caution flag back out on the speedway.
Caution out. Oh, no, Sam Lawson.
Sam Lawson once again. Man, he's had a really up and down night tonight, Chris. He's been involved in a couple, involved in this one, and I have to go back and see what happened with this one.
Here we go, heading on back. Gonna hit the play button.
Oh, man.
Lawson had the 81 right behind him. Oh, he just loses it. And then,
Yeah. Gordon Larson.
Gordon Larson couldn't hit the binders. He did not fill up Van Vliet those brakes hard enough.
That's a shame, too, man. He was having such a good bounce back.
He really was. Hey, you know the upside here? There is an upside. You ready? Amanda Sherman is going to get her lap back.
I saw Corey put that in the chat, so yeah, Amanda Sherman going to get it back on the lead lap.
It's going to happen. Currently running in the 14th spot, going to be on the lead lap.
Corey Sherman said hashtag longest race ever. I disagree. I can think of one off the top of my head that was probably longer. I think Chris can too.
Yeah.
Does Martinsville ring a bell?
Martinsville. Yee. I was just reminded, 14th caution.
27 cautions, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
That was a rough night.
Well, this one is going to roll to an end here pretty quick, and I'll tell you, it's not going to be quick enough. My voice is starting to feel this one.
Well, you don't do your vocal warm-ups before the show, Chris? Come on.
Oh, yeah, I did. I did, and apparently it wasn't set up for a 260 lap race here. I'm not sleepy. Never.
He's got another show to do after this. Can't be sleepy.
That's right.
Better get yourself a cup of coffee.
Don't forget, next week we're coming back. No Tanner Marr next week. Couple of drivers kind of faking each other out, or trying to. The 48 and the 76 playing the I'm going to pit game. That did not happen. Pretty sure nobody's going to come down who hasn't already.
No, I think your tires are spent at this point, right? I mean, if Walker and Dees, they haven't even, they don't have tires. I mean, nobody else does at this point.
Yeah, the only thing that might happen out of this caution is Dees and Walker may actually gain some positions. Now that the tires have kind of evened out, they would actually have a shot at it. Right now, Philip Van Vliet, man, I got to give mad props to that guy. Missed 2 cautions, involved in a 3rd one, and now sits inside of the top 10 in 9th spot.
Great job out of the Lone Dutchman. Great job out of Amanda Sherman. Back on the lead lap. Car looks clean. Hasn't really been involved in anything tonight.
She really hasn't. She has done exactly what I wanted her to do tonight, which was just keep it clean. and she's going to end up with a really nice finish out of the deal. So good job to Amanda here. Ooh.
Just shot race control message. I'm curious to see if anybody still has a 0X.
I would be really surprised. And then on the other side of that, I would say if anybody does, it might actually be Amanda.
I think I got a couple drivers in mind who I think do. We know Jamie Walker doesn't.
No, Jamie does not. He unfortunately started the race with some.
I think Austin might.
I think Austin might. Yeah, it's possible.
I think Austin might. And yeah, I think Amanda Sherman might as well. Everybody else in the top, I'd say a top 10, they've been involved in one incident at least.
At least, yeah.
All right, so Austin, Dustin Ping, and Amanda Sherman.
Darn
three
it.
drivers with a 0X.
I was going to throw Ping's name out there. I was looking at it going, I don't remember him being in anything.
Yeah, same.
But I couldn't pull the trigger. Hey, we're working lap 239 right now. Last lap under caution, at least for this caution. We're going to go back under the green flag. We're going to have 20 laps to go. And Sam, this is the time. You have to go.
I don't think we've seen the last caution. I don't want to be that guy. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there.
I don't know that it matters. I think you still have to go, even if it's not going to be the last caution. I think you still have to go. Rounding through turns 3 and 4, the pace car about to take that left-hand turn. Austin Edstrom has control of the field. Edstrom hits the loud pedal. We're back under the green flag.
Banks actually looked like he had a pretty good restart right there as well. Same with Rick Thompson. Going to be side by side for third, going out in the 1 and 2, and side by side for the race lead.
1 and 2, 3 and 4, all under attack. Cody Heinzman on the outside had third spot for just a second, but Will Banks get in the way.
He's got that momentum on the high side. Give it to, I want to say, Edstrom that time by.
Austin Edstrom scored as the race leader that time by. Now the 48 puts out the nose. Dylan Banks has the lead one more time, and here comes the 51 looking down low. Austin Edstrom may have used up a little too much. Oh!
Oh, man, I think Heinzman's going to need a new pair of pants after that one.
Cody Heinzman in third spot, and he had a front row seat of that whole thing that Austin Edstrom just did. Oh, my.
He's got a run right here on the outside edge from that's Heinzman up top. Good momentum off of turn number 4, side by side here for second place.
At the line, he had it, but Austin Edstrom battles back, heading into turns 1 and 2. Edstrom puts the door out in front. Now on the outside, the 51 once again has control and took over second spot. Here comes RT76. Rick Thompson looking for third.
Oh, big slide again out of the number 87.
Look out, Austin Edstrom. That's one way to do defense. Nobody's going to pass you if you think you're going to wreck.
That's very true. But hey, you know what? Oh, look now. Here comes Chris Carroll, number 99, right on the back bumper of the RT76.
RT76 firmly in third spot now.
I think Austin burned his stuff up there trying to hold off the number 48 and number 51. Those couple of slides, that right rear is not happy.
Yep. I think he did what RT76 did earlier, is slide that car, and that's just a shame. Here we go. This is the one we've been waiting for. Banks, Heinzman, the 48, the 51. These two have joined us this year, and they have been putting on a show. And now they run 1 and 2 right here at Iowa.
I don't know what happened there. I don't know if maybe Heinzman got tight, but he lost a lot of momentum. Banks hangs on to the lead. Now Heinzman's going to have to gather it back up and try again.
Is he checking runs? On lap 247, 248 now, is he just checking the run, seeing what he can do?
Got 13 laps to go here. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, he's kind of running different lines here as well, just trying to get back to the back bumper, that 48. And you know Banks is in that rearview mirror, just trying to take that line away. Keep that dirty air on the front end of that number 51.
The 51 is right on the back bumper of the 48. Banks continues to lead the way. The 51 of Cody Heinzman stays up high. He's in the second lane.
Banks slides back up in front of him, takes the air off the nose of that 51. Heinzman still not able to make a move just yet. Could he maybe just be messing with him?
Dylan Banks, Cody Heinzman, two ultra talented drivers here in Blazing Pedals, battling it out late in this one for the race win. 11 laps to go, and Cody Heinzman has not found out a way to get around the 48 yet.
Lap times for the top three pretty much identical, Chris. 24, 31, 32, and 34. I think that's why Heinzman's having such a struggle trying to get around Banks. They're just so evenly matched right now. That time by a 24-34 to a 24-36.
Yeah, Rick Thompson out of the top three with the fastest driver right now. So Thompson maybe enjoying a little bit of cleaner air than the 51 with 10 laps to go. The 51 was looking once again, but couldn't make it happen.
Man, he was there, but Dylan Banks had a run and just slid right back up in front of him.
Here comes Heinzman again. He has
contact.
the outside contact made, and that 76 is going to inch in. Lap after lap, the 76 gets closer. Now the 51 goes inside. The 51 looking for it on the inside, couldn't make it happen. Through turns 1 and 2 now.
He wants to see this. He's telling them, guys, come on, keep battling. He was catching them there for a minute. Banks gets a little loose right there. Does Heinzman make a move to the inside down the back straightaway?
That little wiggle may have been exactly what the 51 was looking for, as they are side by side through turns 3 and 4. Banks on the outside holds the momentum, and he holds the race lead.
Man, that outside definitely is prevailing coming off of turn number 4. Heinzman's doing everything he can, just trying to find a way around that number 48. Another wiggle.
Big wiggle that time out of the 48, but the 51 unable to capitalize. He was actually too close to Dylan Banks to make it work. You know who wasn't, though? It's RT76, Rick Thompson, starting to reel in the top 2 with 6 laps to go. Can Thompson make a late run? The 51 goes to the outside once again, trying to hold that momentum. Can the 51? Oh, he gets pinched up high. The 48 lets it sail.
Banks is not giving him an inch here. Oh, Thompson in the outside wall. That puts Chris Carroll up into third.
Top 3 now. Banks, Heinzman, and Carroll. Heinzman working the outside once again, and again Banks moves up, trying to put the block on, and they're side by side still going into 3.
Yeah, but Heinzman has the advantage. He got loose
Heinzman
right
gets
there.
loose. Big time squirrely out of the 51. Now he's got to get that time back and still set up a pass. 4 laps to go. Chris Carroll now starts to reel in the top 2.
And if they keep this up, Carroll's going to be right there to make a move if they mess up. I don't know if Heinzman's going to be able to cool his tires off in time to make another move. I stand corrected. He's there.
Cody Heinzman on the back bumper. 3 laps to go.
Banks is mirror driving like crazy right now.
Cody Heinzman looking hard to the inside. He's got it side by side with the 48.
Yeah, but the 48's going to have the momentum coming off the corner. Looks like Heinzman.
Whoa, no!
Yep,
Cody
big wiggle.
Heinzman gets loose. He loses second spot and drops way back.
Wow.
Cody Heinzman goes from 2nd to 6th.
I don't think Carroll's going to get there. I think Banks has this in the bag.
RT76 goes sideways and gets it back. White flag. White flag flies. 9/10 of a mile to go. Dylan Banks looking to win another one. And Chris Carroll goes loose sideways into the wall. Here comes the 81 of Ping. Ping takes over second spot. Last lap mayhem happening here at Iowa. Checkered flag starts to fly. The 48 comes out of turn number 4. And Dylan Banks sideways is your race winner. Dustin Ping, Chris Carroll holds on for third. Rick Thompson, Cody Heinzman, your top 5.
Little premature celebration there.
Austin Edstrom, Taylor Butcher Benjamin, Brian Zimmerman, Philip Van Vliet, and Gordon Larson. And that double lot bring it home in the top 10. Wow. How about Amanda Sherman finishing 14th? Jamie Walker able to get back up to 11th. He did actually get some positions out of that restart like I thought he might. Dalton Kilrow 12th, Brian Dees 13th, Amanda Sherman. And that is the last of the lead lap cars. Mike Massenkill, Jason Bauer, Sam Lawson, Larry Bell, Mark Arthur finishes 19th, Hunter Lagunas 20th. Tom Roscoe, Corey Sherman, and John Perkins. That's your finishing order. And now we got to get set to talk to our top 3. We're going to do that here in just a moment. Well, it looks like the only driver that's in TeamSpeak right now is going to be Chris Carroll, who ended up finishing 3rd. So we're going to bring him up. We're going to talk to him, and then we'll find the other guys in Discord. Sam, if you want to go into Discord and get those guys lined up, that would be awesome.
Dylan Banks is down in TNA, so let's see. I was just double checking for you here. Yeah, I only see no Ping's in there. He's in there now. Race room 5.
Race room 5. You said you saw Banks in here?
TNA, yep.
Yep, okay. He's muted, but we'll take it.
Cody, you joining
Hold
after
on
the flag?
there. We'll put that over there. And okay, now we're set. My goodness. Man, oh man, oh man. What a race. I'm whooped. I'm whooped.
You're telling me.
Yeah, you haven't done this in a while.
It's been a hot minute.
Yeah, buddy. Here we go. Talking to the driver of the 99, bringing it home in 3rd spot tonight. A lot of back and forth the 99 had. But Chris Carroll is the 3rd place finisher. Chris, it's Chris up in the booth. You got a copy?
Got a copy, man. If you guys tried to bring me up, I had to take a whiz there real bad. 260 laps, and this old bladder didn't work.
No, I hear you, but look, I'm getting close to 50, and I've been talking for 260 laps, so guess where I'm going to be heading here pretty quick. Hey, look, a 3rd place finish for the 99, not a bad run, but it was a different kind of race tonight.
Yeah, I mean, with the way the caution systems are now, you don't know. You're playing Russian roulette out there with your strategy, and the way that car was tonight, you couldn't get to the throttle. So I mean, track position was key, and if you lost it, you were cooked. You had to get lucky to get back up there. So it might have been good for the broadcast, but it wasn't real fun to race out there.
No, it didn't look like it was a lot of fun. That car looked like it changed every single lap, and I'm looking at you getting very, very loose right now in the replay. Was there anything else that you could do to try and get to the front tonight, or was this where the car kind of belonged?
Well, I think what lost me the track position is the guys that stayed out, after the first run and let Cody get around me and kind of wrecked my goal, my game plan there. And, it was just, I mean, it's out of our control whether we get up to the front or not once with the strategy the way it all is. And, guys blocking on old tires or guys just not going on old tires. And, you don't get to decide the race that way. You just have to wait for the guy behind or in front of you. And it's just, stuff like that. It's just how that plays out was deciding who had the track position, and just not a lot of fun, man. It's a lot of fun driving that car, but it wasn't a lot of fun racing guys around you and stuff. Yet I don't think there's anybody out there I saw didn't make a major mistake.
All right, bud. And we're going to move on here. Who do you have on the 99 that you need to thank?
Well, I was going to thank Five Kings and you guys for putting all this stuff on. I was going to thank Brian Zimmerman at USAFirearms.com and all my friends and family to watch his stuff. And I got a new guy to thank on my car tonight. Chris Tinsley is his name. He's at Turn Down Graphics. If any of you guys want a paint job out there, he painted this car up for me real nice. So got to thank all you guys that work hard in the league and put this on, Chris. Even when it's not a lot of fun, it's still a lot of fun.
I get that. I definitely get that. Chris, thank you very much for joining us up here in the booth. Congratulations once again on a top 3 finish in 3rd spot. That was Chris Carroll, driver of the 99. And then we move on to Dustin Ping, who finished in the 2nd spot. And Sam, I'm going to let you talk to him. I'll be right back.
Dustin Ping, driver the number 81, coming home in 2nd place tonight. First off, I got to shout you out, Dustin. 0x tonight, man. How'd you do it with an up and down night like that?
I don't know. At this place, it's treacherous, especially the way the tires were going. About 30 laps in, you start losing the right rear. I felt like it was going to blow off the car. I mean, as many times as I was on the wall, I was shocked I didn't get a 4X or something, or be hit by somebody. So I really don't know how I went 0X tonight.
Well, my next question for you is, coming to the end there, you had a couple of drivers get loose in front of you. It looked like Rick Thompson got up into the wall. Chris Carroll got loose. What was going through your mind there when you're like, did you think maybe you might have had a slim shot at it? Maybe if Dylan messed up?
I was hoping that he would screw up, but he's so good at what he does. That's hard to do anything with him. I was just riding around, just clicking laps off and running the best laps I could, and Rick and Carroll just messed up and ended up P2. So, it all worked out.
Well, hey, you put yourself in a good position. Come home 2nd place here tonight. Good points not out of the number 81. And a 0X to boot. Bonus points there.
Yeah.
So,
laps led too.
Hey, one heck of a night out of that number 81, man. Who you got to thank on that car?
ACTPA, Conrad Group, Ping Precision Auto Glass. And that's about it.
All right, man. Hey, congratulations, especially for the clean race you had and the up and down night you had. And see you next week.
All right, thank you.
Dustin Ping in the 81, bringing it home in 2nd spot here tonight. And our race winner is going to be none other than the 48, man. What a race, and what a race to the finish is what it ended up being. It was unbelievable. Dylan, it's Chris and Sam up in the booth. You got a copy?
Oh man, I got a copy, but I'm worn out.
I bet you are. Well, I'm just gonna get this done out of the way really quick so we can move on here tonight. But take me through your race very quickly.
Okay. First couple of stages, I couldn't figure the car out. It was so loose. It was so loose the whole race. I was burning the right rear off, and I couldn't figure out how. And I think it was all about tires. Honestly, if that caution wouldn't have come out there and it stayed green to end the race when them guys pitted, and I was stuck on them older tires, it wouldn't have been. It would have been over. I mean, they got a huge lead, 5-6 seconds, but thank God that caution came out and let me live another day. I was just doing all I could there to hold Cody off. He had a hell of the last 20-30 laps. He did a great job. It was awesome battling with him. And same to Ping, Carol, all the guys here. I can't thank everybody here enough. But yeah, it was a great race, man. It's always good to be up here talking with you after the race.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun to watch. It was a lot of fun to call. Dylan, who do you got on that 48 that you need to thank tonight, bud?
Oh man, I gotta thank the guys at Five Kings. They give me the help and support I need every week to go out here and contend for wins. Carol, Sam, all the guys at Five Kings, awesome. Tanner as well. Mark for putting on the league, and all the admins as well. They do a great job with this league, keeping it up and running. Big shout out to you, man. I know y'all had a blast up in there in that booth. Probably had a little bit more fun than I did that last 20 laps. But yeah, big shout out to you, man. Wouldn't be nothing without you. Tanner said he couldn't do it alone, man. He needed you last week, so very thankful to have you. And I also want to give my last shout out to the viewers out there. Can't thank you guys enough. Thanks for the support, for cheering me on and cheering all the guys on. We love you, and we hope we put on a show for you.
Oh, man, I couldn't say it better myself, except for the whole Tanner can do it without me. He's done it before. Anyway, I really do appreciate it. Dylan, congratulations once again. The driver number 48, bringing it home in first spot. Make sure you stay tuned. In about 5 minutes from right now, we're going to kick on the After the Race show. That's about 5 minutes from right this moment. We'll see you then.